talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news and stats to placing bets in just a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code JOEQ to get started today. That's JOEQ, Joe Q. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
I don't know, 1.5, 3. 3:17, you ready on a Monday afternoon? How about this, Sedano and Kap, right now?
Yeah.
Sedano and Kap is on a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday.
Al Michaels is coming on the show at 4:30.
Al Michaels at 4:30. We've got Kings tickets in just moments. And we're all together for a little Tuesday preview. Sedano and Kappy in the same room together. This is unprecedented.
Well, I don't know about unprecedented.
Well, all the stuff you say behind his back. By the way, did you like how Sedano left you guys, you and Lindsay today? Then, quote, went to Ralph's, texted me, and I was waiting at the Ralph's.
He was there at the Ralph's.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What'd you get at the Ralph's?
I got those protein bars.
But he also wanted a secret conversation.
How'd it go?
It was pretty good.
It wasn't really that secret.
No?
It was something we could talk about amongst ourselves, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because Chris and I usually have secret conversations on Monday mornings. Tuesday mornings.
Tuesday mornings.
Tuesday
But
mornings.
we're not really talking
it
Sedano.
It really wasn't about me at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Was
No.
it about?
Yeah.
It was about me?
Not really. It was just about stuff.
Yeah, it was about station stuff.
So you went to Ralph's and you got yourself these protein cookies.
Yeah.
A lot of sodium in them.
But you didn't call me and go, hey, you need some protein
Well,
cookies?
he's busy talking to me.
I mean, I figured you got stuff already.
I know, but I would have called you and asked you.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Sorry.
I mean, next time, just be considerate. That's
Okay,
all.
no problem.
Think about me a little bit, will you?
Okay.
Thank you.
You got it.
All right. What are you doing?
I'm just sitting here for the 3 o'clock hour.
What's the deal tonight? We going to the Kings game?
We are going to the Kings. Go, Kings, go, as we get ready.
Go, Kings, go!
Kings Oilers game 1. You will hear it beginning. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. after Trojans Live right here on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app.
All right, listen to me. I don't know what your plans are after the show.
I figured we would talk puck.
But I'm not sure. Like tonight, you're not going to pull one of these 6 to 6:30 bang call things on me, are you?
So I was going to, but then I realized we had Trojans Live.
Okay, the reason I say that is this.
Why? What do you have at 6?
I want to get over to the arena as quickly as possible.
Why? We can't walk the floor.
Well, I know, but...
Yeah, there's no floor
There's
there.
ice.
I know, but...
Are we going to skate on the ice?
That would be amazing.
Like a ballerina queen?
I don't know if we can get in. I think we can get there quick enough to see, pregame warm-ups. I want to see...
What kind of analyzation are you doing about the pregame warm-ups?
So I haven't been to a hockey pregame warm-up in a long, long, long time.
Happy
He's
birthday.
got to do his lap.
There is no lap.
No lap tonight.
There's a
Liz.
rink.
No lap.
Yeah, Liz is going to put skates on.
Which I would love to.
You should.
I would love to do that. I really would.
And
But
just
I
have a
tried
little
to get-
notepad.
I tried to get you on the ice crew, but the timing was tight. So our best content offering might be you and me and Bailey in the suite.
Okay, that would be good.
Yeah.
But I think tonight I want to see, for all the talk about how fast Connor McDavid is,
He's very fast.
I'd like to see it not on television and not in game.
Yeah.
I'd kind of like to see what it looks like in the pregame. Like to see if you can really tell.
Well, I don't think they're going like that fast in the pregame.
So
No,
here's
but
something.
still, you can still see, how is this guy so much faster than everybody else?
So you want to do pregame on the ice watching?
I want to do pregame scouting.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if that's going to be possible.
You don't know if you're a scouting kind of guy?
Well, I don't think you have a credential.
Well, I figure, I mean,
I do.
well, then we'll walk down there together.
But you have a sweet ticket.
I know. I'd really like a credential.
That's not possible
Why
in the
not?
playoffs. I don't know.
Okay.
Call our friend Mike Altieri,
Okay,
who
I
got
will.
his Al Michaels today. Why is it that Mike Altieri and the Kings got his Al Michaels before you did, and you say Al's your friend?
We haven't really had much discussion of
I
having
think
Al.
you've never wanted Al on with us because you don't want to be embarrassed in front
You're
of Al.
embarrassed of us.
Like
Well,
in the San Diego, you're the king of that show.
Right.
And it's a very straight show.
Yeah,
It's
straight.
Like, Al, break down the this and this.
Yeah.
This show, we're going to be like, Al, what do you think about Cappy Schwanz?
Al, do you really not eat vegetables?
Right.
Yeah.
The Cappy Schwanz question's a good one. I'm going to save that for you.
Yeah.
But that is a good one, and I'm sure he'll have a strong opinion about
I'm
it.
going to stay out of this.
You are?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's Al Michaels. There's plenty of, you guys could fill that time. I don't need to be part of it.
Al Michaels, I didn't realize this. It's kind of funny when you guys
Because this
told-
show is truly Sedano and Cap, and then I'm just here for fun once in a while. It's not like what Mason. So now it's Mason, Ireland, and Bergman.
Is that what the name of the
not
show is?
Sedano,
It's changed the name?
It will. It's not Sedano, Cap, and Morales. Although last week when you left in front of Windhorse, I go Morales and Kaplan today. Kaplan was getting mad.
Oh, he was pissed.
Your name wasn't first?
No, Windhorse was pissed. He was like, wait a second. First of all, who's Morales? That was the first question he asked. And the second question was, what's the story here, Cap? He's like, you're not getting top billing when Sedano is gone? You don't move up? You don't move up to the top? It's Morales and Cap? Your part-time partner is here and he's taking top billing from you? What the hell, man?
What'd you do on Easter? You guys do an Easter egg hunt?
They were golfing, right?
Yeah, we did not. Well, I saw you go out golfing this weekend.
Saturday.
You,
Tommy Lamb,
Tommy
the
Lamb.
Pebble Beach crew.
Right.
Mark Cates and David Kent.
David. And so all you guys were out golfing, and you guys
That's
took
black gold.
such a cute selfie of
Yeah.
all four of you guys together. And I love
Well,
the
you know,
angle from
I
up
almost
high.
died. 3:22 p.m. So they're very excited to have me back out there.
I'm well aware. And then after seeing you go out golfing, then I saw I saw Travis. Travis was in Santa Barbara golfing.
Who? Oh, Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looked like a beautiful golf course.
I'm sure.
Then Bergman went out golfing.
Yes, with
And
his
I'm like-
brother.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Me and my son, we're going to go out golfing. So I played a little golf yesterday and simultaneously celebrated 420, which is not, the big holiday of yesterday, but it was being celebrated by other people like me,
Right.
the Hebrew brother.
A Hebraic brother.
Correct. Hebraic Hermano
Yeah.
is what we like to go by.
So when Al comes on, are we going to break down like the Kings' power play
For
issues?
sure,
or
absolutely.
What are we doing there?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, we have to talk
By the
to
way,
Al.
get your tickets for Game 1 still tonight. We'll have one to give away in minutes. And remember, Wednesday night, Game 2. Sedano's already locked in for Game 2. I didn't want to tell Mason, but Sedano took his tickets.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Mason's not going to make it
Oh,
to
you can
Game
have
2. No. He's not going to make it.
You can have him if he wants.
No, he's not
You
going to
said
make
you
it.
had an executive.
No, I mean, but it's fine. He
You
can
said
have
you had
him.
to entertain an executive.
I didn't. I mean, I can not do that.
But I got them for that purpose.
I mean, I could.
I don't want them going to Mace.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about it. Mason's not going anyway. He says he's going to Game 2, but he's not. In fact, if I were you guys, I'd be prepared to have somebody fill in for Mace on Wednesday, because when he gets that tattoo on the tender part of his arm of his 6 little dog paws that he's on his way to go get right now, he will be crying, he will be hurting, and he will miss tomorrow's broadcast.
Remember when you were just trying out and you asked him about the tattoo on his chest and
Yeah.
everybody was freaked out?
Yeah, everybody was like, what the hell is going on here?
Little did they know what was coming.
Right, he had no idea.
The whole
the
station
storm-
became that
Right,
format.
The storm was brewing. Yeah, George, I do suggest today when we have Al Michaels on the show that we try and go deep into things.
I'm ready to go deep.
I think the Kings' power play problems are a real issue.
Yeah.
I think
I
having...
mean, it's less than 18% success rate.
See, I knew you'd know this. I mean, having...
See, he prepares for his stuff.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm bringing up the topic. He's filling in the blanks. He's a stats guy. He's an analyst. He's an analytics sort of a thinker. Me, I'm sort of a
Your big picture?
overarching kind of a thing. You know what I mean? I'm more overarching. He's more in the weeds. You feel it?
Yeah. I mean, Darcy Kemper has been balling out since March 1st.
He's been pucking out.
Yeah, well,
Right.
pucking out.
Right,
Yeah, that's a
right.
good way to call it.
But this whole power play issue.
Guy's on his head.
Yeah.
Standing on his head.
That's right. he
I hate
is.
when that happens.
I know.
Yeah.
By the way, let's mention the Lake. We're going to get into Lakers Saturday night in a moment, but DeAndre, producer D, young D, he's got Lakers Talk Daily.
How'd that go today?
Now he's got a new partner, Underdog Fantasy.
I love it.
So you got to go check out Young D and Lakers Talk Daily to get ready for tomorrow night's game. Go to YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles and sign up for the code. What's the code?
ESPN LA. You get $1,000 in bonus cash. You sign
Beautiful.
up for Underdog Fantasy.
Nice. You telling the streets about that too, right?
Of course.
You got to let them know.
Of course.
D's on the street.
Damn right. Just to let you guys know, Al has just texted me and has told me He is very well versed in the Kings. Go anywhere we want to go.
So why did you text him? Because you wanted to try to dominate here, right? You didn't want it to be my get or Lindsay's get. You wanted to be like, oh, I know.
Of course, he's very versed in the Kings. He's a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
But how many games? I don't know this, and that'll be a good question. Like, how many games does he get to a year? I got the 3 Kings games this year.
I'm
I'd
pretty
say
sure if
3.
he's a season ticket holder, he's probably going to at least 20.
Think so?
If I had to guess, probably
That's
going
going to be your
half
first
of them.
question because I don't know if that's dazzling.
Al, what would you say?
I'd say
give me
go
something.
Kings, go. Here we go. Edmonton, L.A., Al Michaels, where's your seat tonight?
Ooh, where's your seat tonight is a good one.
Yeah,
Because we can go visit with him.
Well, I don't
Once
need
he gives us his seat, we go.
I don't
or-
think we should bother him.
No, we're not going to be bothering him. What are you kidding me? He
do you-
wants us to come visit him.
I don't think he does.
Oh, he does. Believe me, he does. Because he wants to talk about horse racing.
Oh, he does.
Oh,
you can ask him about the Rams draft. By the way, we'll be live.
We
in
should
Van
talk
Nuys
some football with him.
for the
I mean, he's
Ram-
tight with McVay, so.
Thursday, Friday, Rams draft coverage.
Now, have you put out there? Because
I appreciate you buttering me up, George.
You're welcome, Sean.
Have you put out there where the broadcast is emanating from?
From Van Nuys, a fire station, because that's what the Rams announced.
Okay,
So
all
you
right.
will be there.
Okay.
I'm deciding whether I'm going to be there, too. I think I'll be there Thursday,
Wait,
Friday.
you're not going to be there?
I might be there. Well, you're going to have DeMarco Farr, you guys, on Thursday, and on
Okay.
Friday you're going to have Marcus Grant. Not really a place for me. I could do live imaging, but, do we need that?
I was thinking more we needed your draft analysis.
I was a big draft guy. I was responsible for bringing Hacksaw in to Fox Sports Radio. I thought it was like, yeah,
We are
let's do it.
there weekends.
Yeah.
For the NHL draft?
No, the NFL
Oh,
draft.
okay, gotcha. Because he used to break down the NHL draft, too. All right, well, it sounds like we're off to what's going to be a great week because tonight is Kings, tomorrow's Lakers, Wednesday's Kings, Thursday, Friday broadcast live from the Rams.
Were the
draft
Lakers really
centers.
not expecting the physicality of the Timberwolves?
Well, we
not.
can get into that on the other
Apparently
side.
not.
See
about
how
that?
I set that up?
Very
as a
nicely
tease?
done.
That was nice.
But first,
Very
let me
nicely
tell you
done.
about our friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone.
Hey, hey.
Back in action here.
Welcome back.
So, parents, you've heard us talk about our friends over at Children's Dental Fun Zone, and for good reason. Choosing a dental office for your child, obviously a big decision. And at Children's Dental Fun Zone, they make it easy. First of all, you walk into any of these Children's Dental Fun Zones, man, 23 years of experience. You can see that right away when you walk in, but your kids are going to love it, which is the most important part about going to the dentist because they need to love it and love the experience, okay? They specialize in pediatric dentistry, orthodontics. Children's Dental Fun Zone combines cutting-edge technology with the warm, personalized care your kid deserves. Preventative and routine care, orthodontic planning, CDF Zone has it all. Children's Dental Fun Zone open 7 days a week with flexible scheduling options. They also accept walk-ins and emergencies, too. So, look, things happen. You never know when you need to go, okay? So, Children's Dental Fun Zone offers movies, iPads for the kids, and toys for your kids to play with in the waiting area. So, they got you covered. Your kids are going to be like, Mom, Dad, when are we going back to the dentist? When are we going back to Children's Dental Fun Zone? Words you never thought you'd hear. And, of course, for parents, they accept Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans, plus with hassle-free online booking and 17 locations across the Southland. And 3 more openings soon in the IE. Booking has never been easier. You ready to book? Head to their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com, or call them at 833-586-7898. That's 833-586-7898. Children's Dental Fun Zone, where we treat your kids as our own.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
Actively rooting against I gave him the jigaboom. You know what the jigaboom is? That's my bad luck. It worked on Larry Bird once.
Double
cross fingers, and right when the shot goes, jigaboom. I guarantee you it works.
It must have been powerful. He made Larry Bird miss shots.
Twice.
Yeah. Larry Bird didn't miss a lot of
the
shots.
Jigaboom, yes, sir.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back tomorrow after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun and excitement? You got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play. No purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Get in the action. Play now for a chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Cap. Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, no commissions, no open houses, and no costly repairs. With Seller's Advantage, we'll make you a fair, competitive cash offer with no surprises. Check out what one of the sellers had to say. Seller's Advantage was a lot easier, faster, and more rewarding than listing my house. I worried about getting a low offer, but theirs matched the value I was hoping for and much higher than their competitors. They gave me time to decide, and the process was friendly, fast, and anxiety-free. I highly recommend Seller's Advantage. Call Seller's Advantage today. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free, no obligation cash offer. That's sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
333. Man, Sedano is fired up.
And Fuego.
I just dumped myself too, just in case they.
No, you didn't say anything.
I did get a little F-bomb in there. At the
No,
end.
I'm a professional. I didn't turn on the mic.
I'm just saying, just in
So
case.
wait, you dumped even though we weren't even on the air?
No, but it might have clipped a
Well,
little
we
bit.
might have dumped some of the spot now.
No, we didn't dump.
I'm
the
on
spot.
Lexapro, so I'm chill.
You're good. Huh?
It's okay.
It's nice to have you on Lexapro.
It is. That they put me down that in the,
Because you
in
kiss
the
is
hospital.
all I miss.
What are you saying, Liz?
It's funny. I'm on Lexapro, so I'm chill.
No, they put me on that in the hospital.
Lexapro's good.
Bulldogs are beautiful day.
Is it?
Today. Bulldogs are beautiful day. It's Chewy. Happy Bulldogs are beautiful day to him.
He is beautiful, isn't he?
Yeah.
Beautiful dog.
Is he a bulldog?
Yeah, he's a half Frenchie. So is Jack the Frenchie. He's a bulldog too.
Jack the Frenchie's full blown.
Yeah, full blown.
Yeah.
And on
Chewie's
this day
only
in
half.
1981, the number one hit, Hall & Oates. They don't speak with each other anymore.
Yeah,
They
why is
don't?
that? Such
No,
a
they
sad
like
thing.
sued each other.
Cappy, don't let that happen to us.
It's so
One
sad.
day you guys are going to sue each other.
No.
Kiss
No.
on my list. Pot it up there. Yeah.
The only
Little
way
yacht
we're-
rock sound.
The only way we're going to sue each other is because, I'll say it like this. Daryl Hall's a great singer.
Yeah.
John Oates, on the other hand,
Johnny Oates
is a very underrated singer.
Yeah.
And a lot of times he did some really great backup vocals and just did not get much credit.
Right.
So and that's the only way I see it going down like that.
It's also a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday here on 710. We're reacting on the Lakers game 1. Not great.
Not great.
How's that for
It's a
a
good way to
reaction?
describe it.
As they look to bounce back at home tomorrow night, Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Please enjoy responsibly. They also have Michelob Ultra Zero now for people like me that don't drink.
Really?
Yeah.
So no alcohol.
Yeah.
That would be the
They
zero
call it
part.
NA.
Yes.
How about that?
NA.
Hey, nice job.
NA beer.
So are you going to be drinking that?
No. Just because I'm not enough of a beer guy. I was a hard alcohol guy. As we know, that's how it
And
all
probably
make-
some sodium in there.
Do they make
Might
NA
be.
hard alcohol?
They're working on it, I believe. There are companies that work on it, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could do like vodka, but it's not really vodka. It's just water, and that's alcohol-free vodka. Did you ever think of that?
No, because I'm not an idiot.
Well, you should think about that. That's like my drink. A lot of times I'll have soda water with a lime. Everybody's like, ooh, you're having a little vodka.
A lot of sodium.
Oh, yeah, if you say so.
No. So here's the thing. Club soda's got a lot of sodium.
Yeah.
Soda water, not so much.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not even
Like
sure I know the
sparkling-
distinction.
Well, club soda is one thing.
Mhm.
Sparkling water is your safest bet.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
going to usually be 0 sodium.
Sparkling water is basically just club soda. Club soda is basically sparkling water with sodium.
Right, exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they put the sodium in there?
Because
There's
it's
a Little different flavor. taste.
Little flavor.
Oh, really?
Little flavor.
I
Little
don't need
taste.
it. I don't need
Don't
that.
you want a little taste?
Not really.
Back
That's why I
in the
use
day,
lime.
you wanted a taste.
But that's a different deal.
Yeah, but if they got the limes, the people are touching it. Those things are gross.
They are disgusting.
I mean, Lindsay was a bartender. She'll tell you.
They are gross.
Oh, yeah, you don't. Ugh, no, you don't want
Well,
nothing
listen,
to
it's
do
like
that.
you go to a bar, you say, hey, I'll have a vodka soda with a lime. And then the bartender comes over and she puts the lime in your drink, and it's their hands.
Yeah,
Plus, it's
I never
it's
tell
the
them a lime.
peel. It's
Yeah.
the peel.
How many females did you not even know and you snorted products off their fingernails and you're worried about the lime in their drink?
I mean, you do bring up a good point. It's not just what you suggested. It's other things that I may have done with other
I know-
females.
I know what you did.
that were less sanitary than the lime.
Right.
But I understand. It is disgusting, George. I got it. But I still.
You know what
I
else
still
is
do it.
disgusting?
Tell me.
Saturday night against
It was
the
bad.
Timberwolves.
It was so bad. Let me tell you
Luka
something.
comes back.
It started great, right? They jumped at like 15-7 or whatever it was. I'm like, oh, okay, this thing's working. And it was right after that. Then it was kind of back and forth. End of the first quarter. I want to say it was like 6-7 point game. And I remember talking to Chris Finch, and he was furious. He was like, we gave up 6 offensive rebounds in that first quarter. We can't have that happen. Blah, blah, blah. Doncic just getting whatever he wants. And then I was like, all right. And then they just smoked the Lakers from that point on. It was like he challenged his team, like, you guys are getting punked. Go out there and be big, be physical, be you. Because that's honestly their advantage, is their length, their size, their girth. And they took care of business.
Hey, now.
You want me to cut all of them?
Cut that up.
Yeah.
Cut that up.
Length,
I got you.
girth, the whole thing.
And size.
Right, and size.
I just want girth.
Yeah. The Lakers did have a 7-point lead at the end of the first quarter. And then at the end of the half, they were down by, I want to say, like 11 points.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In the second quarter alone, Minnesota outscored them by 18 points.
Yeah.
But here's my question. This is the question I have going into at least game 2.
Sure.
Are all the things that went right for Minnesota going to continue to go right? And at the other side of it, are all the things that didn't
No, that's
go
never
right?
what happens.
Well, right. So, like, for example, Jaden McDaniels. I like him. He's a good player.
He's very good.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 for 3 from 3-point range.
Right. 11 of 13 overall.
Julius Randle, 4 for 6 from 3-point range. Okay.
I mean, yeah,
that's
he
that's
can
kind
be
of
streaky.
expected, but like Anthony Edwards was 8 for 22 from the field. So these guys, I mean, there were good performances on the Minnesota side. And then Anthony Edwards didn't really have to do much to like carry them. But I will say one thing about Anthony Edwards, not surprising, just based on who he is and his sort of persona.
Right.
There's just not even an ounce of intimidation.
No,
with
none.
LeBron.
None. By the way, Laker fans, there was a guy, and I don't know who this guy was, but he caught me at one point. There's a video that's gone viral of Anthony Edwards going back and forth with a Lakers fan, and I know who that guy was because later in the game, I was walking past that scorer's table for some reason, and Rudy Gobert had his hands planted on the table and was like talking to somebody like back and forth. And they were like whispering stuff to each other, but like in like a not like a nice way. And I remember turning around, like I looked at Rudy, and then I turned around, to like, who is he talking to? And the guy kind of went like this to me, like, uh-oh, like somebody saw me. And I was like, oh, bro, that's your problem, whatever you were. But yeah, they were going back and forth with not such nice things. And then Anthony Edwards gave him like, the atomic bomb.
You know what
basically.
Anthony Edwards said, right, Cap?
What did he say?
He said
he gave him the atomic, like, pile driver or whatever.
Your schwanz isn't as big as mine.
Yes, really? That was how he ended it. Well, he said, first of all,
he's
Rudy
probably right.
Because he was getting on Rudy. He was getting on Rudy, and the guy says, Rudy makes $200 million. What do you make? And then, like, he goes, and Rudy's like, no, 300. He's like, oh, he made $300 million. And he goes, and I got a bigger bleep than you.
Schwanz.
Yes, yes.
Well, he didn't say schwanz, but you know what I mean.
Oh, okay. Got
it. Was
it.
in that neighborhood.
Got rhymes with?
Lick.
Oh.
Trick.
I thought it rhymed with rock.
Yeah, trick.
Or rock.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
They're not intimidated by any stretch of the imagination.
Not even close. And that's the thing is, you figure Anthony Edwards already has like a relationship with LeBron. But Anthony Edwards, how old is he? 22-ish?
23.
23. So, like, he's looking at LeBron going, okay, Dad, like, I'm here. I'm on you. I'm not intimidated by you. It kind of reminds me a little bit of when I think about, like, a young guy not being intimidated by an old guy.
Yeah.
Way back in the day when Allen Iverson would try and go toe-to-toe with Michael Jordan. But he wasn't intimidated.
Kobe and Michael Jordan.
Right. These young guys.
Famously at the All-Star game.
They weren't intimidated by the old guy.
Right.
But in this case, LeBron's actually older than what Jordan was.
Right.
And Anthony Edwards is probably right around where a guy like Iverson was, maybe Kobe's age. But there's just no, like, respect. And I say it like that, like, there's
respect, but there's no intimidation.
There's no intimidation
Correct.
at
Yes.
all.
Yeah.
And that's what surprised me is after the game, I looked at all the numbers after the game, and I'm like, okay, look, Minnesota's guys shot the ball really well. Lakers didn't defend particularly well, but moreover, the Lakers didn't get great offensive performances. Rui's very little contribution. Jackson Hayes pretty much invisible, at least offensively.
8 minutes.
Right. Austin Reeves, 16 points, but they were not impactful per se, right? I mean, you're going to need Austin Reeves to score 25, 28, something like that.
Yeah.
But even the rest of the guys, Dorian Finney-Smith, 3 points. Jared Vanderbilt, 2 points. Gabe Vincent, 3 points. These are guys that
the bench goes cold, they're done.
Well, that's
it's not going to work.
So I looked at all these numbers. I went, is it going to be this bad for the Lakers going forward? And is it going to be this good for Minnesota going forward?
Listen, we're about to find out. We've talked about this about JJ, right? How at the beginning of the season, remember, it was a little rocky at times. It was up, it was down, right? And he said, look, he'll figure it out, and we'll see what it looks like. Then he figured it out, and they looked really good. The team changed over. It looked really good. But I said to you, the next time we really will judge him will be in the playoffs. And here we are. We're at the moment of judgment. And he's kind of lamented, and McMiniman's going to join us around like 5:15 because he spoke to all these guys today, about like some of the things they probably would have done differently. And I'm guessing that the way they handled the week off was probably one of them, if I had to guess. And also kind of the approach of how they handled that particular game on Saturday.
Yeah, because in the post-game commentary, listening to LeBron talk about how physical Minnesota is, we know that they bring that to the table and we weren't ready for it. Why not? Why would you not be?
Well, it's one thing to say it, another thing is to feel it.
Yeah, but, I mean, is LeBron James making his first postseason appearance?
But also, does the week off hurt them? Did the week off kind of get them out of
right.
sync?
If in that week off you're not being physical, then you're not going to be ready for the physicality. And I think that was probably a way of saying we probably should have practiced a little bit harder during the week.
He did come out and say, McMiniman actually tweeted about it, that J.J. Redick wished that they would have done a lot more scrimmaging in their practices, that they should have done a lot more 5-on-5 and actual like live situations.
Why did LeBron not tell him that?
I mean, when you have a whole week off, you don't want to just do scrimmage. I mean,
you can't do that either, right? But they probably didn't do enough, clearly.
Pat Riley would have had them doing stuff.
Well, you also probably would have had them like running laps and stuff too. So
but there's also
it's not the 80s anymore.
But there's also a case to be made that taking the week off and getting everybody's body feeling good, and everybody rehabbed and everybody going through the training room and not beating each other up, there was probably a case to be made for that. But it just surprised me after the game to hear LeBron say, I guess it's going to take us a game to realize how physical these guys are.
Okay.
And yet we knew it going in.
All right, let's get into some other stuff. Are there stuff that you should be concerned about? Is there stuff that's sustainable with the T-Wolves and the Lakers? It's a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We're reacting to Lakers Game 1 as they look to bounce back at home tomorrow night. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it. If you enjoy it, please enjoy responsibly.
Can you go to Game 1 tonight? Kings Oilers at Crypto.com Arena. Do not call if you can't go, because then that just sucks for everybody. We want to be able to press the flesh with you. Caller number 7 right now at 877-710-ESPN. If you can go tonight, you're in the house for Game 1, LA Kings versus Edmonton Oilers. And you talk to Lindsay. Well, what's better than that? That's like 2 prizes in one. Talk to Lindsay Baseball, and you win tickets to the playoff game tonight. Caller 7, 877-710-ESPN. We're going to find out who wins next on 710.
The Stanley Cup playoffs are here, and for the 4th consecutive season, the Los Angeles Kings meet the Edmonton Oilers in Round 1. Long shot, tipped wide, loose puck. They score! Warren Foegele back in Alberta. He gives the Kings a 1-0 lead less than 3 minutes into the game. And Foegele hands it to Moore. Centering pass. Gavrikov shoots and scores! Here they come in a 2-on-1. Kopitar to the right circle. A shot. They score! Kempe on the 2-on-1 with Kopitar. And nearing the midway point of the third, it is 5-0 LA. Final few seconds tick off the clock. And here in Edmonton tonight, the Kings clinch home ice in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs with a commanding 5-0 win over their first round opponents, the Edmonton Oilers. It's the Kings and the Oilers in Game 1. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
12 minutes in front of 4 o'clock on Sedano Kap on 710 ESPN, your home of LA Kings hockey. On this day in 1984, the number 1 hit, Phil Collins, Against All Odds, also known as Take a Look at Me Now in parentheses. Happy 74th birthday to Tony Danza, a friend of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey.
Right
Tony
now, though,
Danza.
let's talk to caller 7. Carlos, what was his last name from Linwood?
Morgia.
Morgia. Oh, Morgia. Carlos, you there, homeboy?
Yeah, what up?
What
guys,
up, Carlos?
Man, thanks a lot, man. Go Kings, go. I'm excited about it, man. First
Beautiful
playoff game for the Kings, man. I'm happy you guys got them back on 710 for sure.
Thank you so much. So you're going to be in attendance tonight, right? You can go?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to take my sister. She's a longtime Kings fan, and I'm excited for her, man. I'm going to give her this late Easter present for her, bro.
I like it. What's your sister's name?
Her name is Crystal, man.
Oh, beautiful.
Crystal, man. Nice name. Where are you guys coming in from?
We're coming in from the city of Linwood. It's just down the street.
He don't know nothing. Carlos, he don't know anything about Linwood.
I know nothing about Linwood. No, I got nothing about Linwood. How long is it going to take you to get in? What time are you going to come in?
Well, I'm going to head down there. I'm driving home from work right now, so I'm going to get home, take a shower, and I want these tickets, so I'm going to head down there.
He's hitting the 105, and then you get to the 110, he'll be right here, man.
105 to 110. Yeah, perfect.
Well, congratulations, Carlos.
Alameda, man. I know my ways around.
Oh, you going to take Alameda on the surface?
105, 110
Just
guy.
saying.
Alameda, bro.
Okay, you take the back streets.
This
There
guy
you go.
don't know nothing about no Linwood.
Carlos, Cappy would be afraid if he took Alameda. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man.
Cappy doesn't even know. Cappy would be afraid to get on the 105. What are you talking about?
I want to be on the 105.
He'd only get on the express lanes, the fast track on the 105.
Right. Listen, I'd take Alameda.
Carlos, congratulations, bro. Have fun at the game tonight. Hopefully we run into you, okay?
Hey, right on, man. Chris, hey, I'm glad you're here with us, Chris, for sure.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
All right, man.
Take
Congrats.
care. Thanks for listening.
Almost died.
I almost died. 3:50 p.m. And it is 3:50. Don't forget, at 6 o'clock, Trojans Live tonight when we're done. 4:30, Al Michaels. I'm actually teasing backwards for some reason. I don't know why. But at 7 o'clock, our coverage begins on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app. Kings-Oilers, Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs as they begin first round. Those stinking Oilers. God, I hate them.
You do you? You
Yeah.
got a lot of passion and a lot of hatred?
Yeah, the
towards
Kings have played them
Oilers?
like 3 years in a row.
I understand. I think it's been 4, but that's okay.
Has it been 4?
I think so.
I had a stroke.
I know you did.
So I forget some things.
Wasn't it multiple?
3 strokes. 4 seizures.
4 seizures, right.
Yeah.
4 seizures, 3 strokes.
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha. Just want to make sure you're okay, but you almost died.
Yeah, what's so funny?
It's funny.
This was a very exciting and special Easter weekend.
It was. How'd
Went
it
to
go?
Mass 3 times.
Really?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Come on.
Friday, Stations of the Cross. Saturday night, Easter Vigil. That's when the church is completely black.
Okay.
And everybody's holding a candle. And then Sunday, Easter Mass.
Okay. And you guys, terrible news today, I'm sure you saw about the Pope, right?
Well, it is a final for the Pope.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately is right.
Well, they're in the, they're deliberating for the next 9 days, right?
Is that
Yeah,
the deal?
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe you should be Pope, Cappy.
I don't know if I'm really qualified to be Pope.
Yeah,
but
you're not Pope material.
but I do
I gotta
like
be
Rome.
honest with
I
you.
would live in Rome for a little while.
You could be the first Jewish Pope.
Right. You know, maybe what they do is I think when the Pope is named, like the next Pope, there's like this little
You know, Bergman
smokestack.
texted me this morning, sorry about the Pope. And I was like,
No, he did not.
I'm not that big of a Pope guy that I need the sorry about the Pope.
He did
There's
not text
odds
you
on the
that.
Pope.
Especially from a Hebraic brother.
He did not text you, I'm
He did.
sorry about the Pope.
I'm
Really?
sorry about the Pope.
After 3 days in church, he felt like he needed to send you.
Texting me, I'm sorry about the Pope.
Really?
So it's like a 2-man race, apparently.
Oh, 2
Oh,
men,
yeah?
right?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's on
Pietro
Prize Picks.
Parolin.
Okay.
And then Luis Antonio Tagle.
Okay.
Oh, I like that move.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where are these two gentlemen
I'm going to
from?
find out. Just give me a
Okay,
second.
because I need to know this. Because this Pope was actually quite an interesting guy.
He was.
And when they put this Pope in, as I recall, I remember watching it. This is, I want to say, like 2012-ish. And there's this, like, a chimney, if you will, at the Vatican.
Yes,
right?
and the smoke comes out when they've decided.
And
yes.
it's like
The
either
chimney?
Yeah,
It's a they go
isn't
into a
it?
conclave.
What is it?
It's a conclave.
Wait, the actual chimney
No,
part?
it is like a chimney.
Like where the
Yeah.
smoke comes out? It's a conclave?
No, the
That's what
conclave
they
is
call it.
where they're in the Vatican.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, because there's a series about this, isn't there, called like Conclave?
Yes.
I think I've not seen it.
It's not called chimney. I know
It's
that.
not. It's not. Huh?
No.
But I'm telling you, I think there's like black smoke is, hey, we haven't figured this out yet.
White smoke is we're ready.
White smoke is, yeah, hey, look, we got a
We
new
got
Pope.
the new Pope.
Now, this Pope, though, let me tell you something about this Pope. This Pope was very inspiring. You know
So
why?
Luis Antonio Tagle is from the Philippines.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Shouts out.
He is tied as the betting favorite.
Okay. I wonder if he's on Prize Picks, if it's more or
He's
less.
67 years old. You can actually bet on this.
Lightning is going to strike you tonight.
Why? What did I do?
The Pope race is not on Prize Picks.
Why not? There is betting for
You
these kinds of
scumbag.
things. There are betting for these kinds of things. You know that,
Who's
right?
the other person?
He was apparently part of Pope Francis's inner circle.
Like the
Okay.
cabinet.
And then Pietro Parolin is from Italy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, he's going to win.
He was at 4-1,
Yeah.
but now he's even with Tagle.
Is it spelled the same as Piolín from
No, Parolin.
from 101.9, the
No,
morning show? host?
that's Piolín. Is Parolin different?
Piolín.
He's 70, one of the most experienced Vatican officials, and is the Vatican Secretary of State since 2013.
Okay, this guy's got his.
So he's got a major part of the diplomatic
yes,
affairs.
Right, he's got a lot of supporters, I suppose, inside the
and
Vatican.
it includes sensitive negotiations in China and the Middle East.
Oh wow!
Do it.
Okay,
Do it.
do what?
You know.
China.
Yeah.
China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some more long shots. Peter Turkson from Ghana,
Oh, he ain't getting it.
5-1 odds. So not terrible, but
Those
a little
aren't
more of a
terrible
long
odds.
shot.
5-1's pretty good. That'll pay $12 if he wins.
Yeah, yeah.
It will.
We're going to hell when we
And
somebody cut this up for the Mandies or the Cappies, whatever we're calling them.
Yeah.
Even though it's next year, us doing Pope talk breakdowns.
Pope bits.
and then Peter Urdu from Hungary.
Oh,
yeah.
Peter Urdu got no shot.
Yeah.
No shot at all.
He's about 10-1 right
People
now.
are still mad about Chernobyl, even though that was in Hungary. That was in Ukraine, but still.
It's a two-Pope race.
There's a second Italian, Angelo Scola. Yeah, but
Oh.
82.
Okay,
Mamma
no,
mia.
he's too old. Too old of a guy.
Yeah.
Too old. You need a guy who can stay in office.
You need a
for
spry
a while.
Pope.
Yeah, you need 67 and 70 is both fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But this Pope, by the way, who just recently died.
Yeah.
This guy was such an
Pope
amazing
Francis.
guy. He was such an amazing guy. Serious story. He would go
Oh, now
to
you wanna
like,
be serious.
Yeah, he would go to these these homeless shelters, right? And he'd get down on his hands and his knees, and he would have these homeless people with their bare feet, And he would sit there with his hands, and he'd
Don't
wash.
sigh.
Why are you sighing? This is an inspiring story for you. You should be inspired by this.
I don't even know where you're going with
I'm
this.
telling you, this guy's an amazing guy.
I'm
this
sure.
Pope.
I'm sure he was.
This Pope's an incredible Pope.
Yes.
And for the last 13 years, he's been the best Pope that we've ever seen in our lifetime. I don't know if that's true or not, and I don't know how to quantify it. Nonetheless, he would literally go and he'd go to these homeless people and he'd wash their feet with his hands. Like, you're the Pope, bro. You got other people.
It's only the third Pope in my. This will be the fourth Pope in my lifetime
Really?
that I can remember. At
But
least.
you know the biblical reference to all that.
Was it that Jesus would wash people's feet? Is that the story?
But he also is part of this whole. Well, we celebrate on Good Friday. A lot of the washing of the feet.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah, the Hebrew brother doesn't know about all that stuff.
Okay.
In fact, my Gentile friends called me on Good Friday and they blamed me for the whole thing. They're like, "This is all your fault."
What they do? Call you Pontius Pilate?
You know, they called me from the golf course. They're like, "Cap, this is all your fault, bro." I go, "What's my fault?" They're like, "Good Friday and Easter Sunday. This is all your fault." I'm like, "What do I have to do with anything?"
Well, technically, Pontius Pilate was a Roman, but the Jews were, they were they were on Pontius Pilate about like we got to take care of this Jesus thing.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about this story until I saw the Passion of the Christ, and then I could only see it one time.
It's a tough movie.
It's a hard movie,
But it's a hard watch.
All right, well, shout out to the Pope.
Yeah.
DeAndre, you ever watch what was the movie?
Passion of the Christ.
Passion of the Christ.
You ever seen that?
No.
You should watch it.
Don't watch it, dude.
No, watch
Don't
it.
watch
You'll
You don't
learn.
need to- man, you don't want to see this movie.
Hey, how about we reset
hours
here?
to recover.
You don't want to do more Pope talk?
Yeah, I think we're good. So how about we get back to the Lakers and T-Wolves because Al Michaels is going to join us at 4:30.
You're going to ask Al Michaels?
I do want to get into some.
Al will definitely have an opinion about the Pope.
He probably will. We can get into the Dodgers a little bit too. Tyler Glasnow now dinged up. Blake Trinan now dinged up. All of a sudden, not looking like as much depth as we once thought they had, which is why they got all the depth in the first place. But first, Cappy, tell us about your friends at Ocean Subaru.
So I was actually chatting today with Omar, the general manager from Ocean Subaru, and I've talked to you about Omar. What a great guy he is. You know, I was playing golf yesterday, and I got connected with two guys who were both in the Navy. One guy 8 years, one guy 12 years. And I can't help myself. Like I always do this. Whenever I meet somebody who spent time in the military, I always take my hat off, shake their hand, and just say, hey, thanks for your service. And that's exactly what I say to Omar. Now, here's what I want to say about Omar. 20-plus years in the U.S. Army, and Omar has told me to make sure I pass it along to everybody. If you're a veteran, if you are active duty military, if you're the family of veterans, I'm telling you, just come in to Ocean Subaru of Fullerton and make sure you say hello to Omar. He wants to take extra good care of people who've made the same sort of sacrifices that he's made in his life. And now he's gotten into car sales. And this is years and years ago. He first got into it not knowing exactly what he was going to do. Then he learned about sales. Then he learned about taking care of people and hospitality. And then the Subaru products, which are sporty and versatile and all the technological advances and reliability and all-wheel drive. And you know what? When you combine the love for people, the love for service, the love for sales, the love for the Subaru products, all of a sudden you have really the best Subaru dealership in all of Southern California. That's Ocean Subaru of Orange County, Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. You can visit the website, oceansubaruoc.com. That's oceansubaruoc.com. But it's really easy to find. 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, right off the 91 freeway. So easy. It's big. It's beautiful. It's bright. You're going to see it when you get there, and you're going to love it. And it's going to be a great time. So listen, if you're looking for that Subaru product, pack your whole family in, go up to the mountains, put surfboards on, snowboards on. You want a lifestyle vehicle? You want Subaru. And don't miss the Subaru A Lot to Love event. It's happening now. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary. It's Morongo's 20th anniversary. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Get a free 20th anniversary beer stein when you order a draft beer at any of our signature bars.
Number 2.
Big League gift giveaway. Get a large rubberized tote bag when you earn 500 points on your rewards card, the 29th.
And the number 1 reason.
We've got live music all weekend to celebrate our 20th anniversary.
Morongo, good times.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Lakers fans, don't miss any of the action during the playoffs. Take the purple and gold with you wherever you go by downloading the Lakers app presented by BBGO. With the Lakers app, get access to exclusive sweepstakes, wallpapers, live game updates, in-game highlights, and more. The Lakers app is available in the App Store for free. Stay locked in during playoffs and listen to every playoff game on the Lakers app. The Lakers app has you covered, Lake Show. Download the Lakers app now to your iPhone or Android. Let's go Lakers.
Hey, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, quote, inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage today at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. That's the 90 minutes from wherever you are. Take it away, Linz.
Thanks, Sedano. Right, well, what you need to know is that all you need to do is go to lakings.com for tickets for tonight's Game 1 and Wednesday's Game 2 of the...
Go, Kings, go!
The Go Kings Go, Kings, Oilers playoff games. Go Kings Go. And, yeah, just go to lakings.com and buy some tickets. Go to the game. It'll be a good time. See Cappy and say hi.
Hold on a second. I have a question.
Sure.
You said go to the Kings website for tonight's game?
Yeah, tonight. Still buy tickets for the game tonight.
There's still some available.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Surprised?
Let's sell that out,
Surprised to hear that.
Sell that out.
All right.
Tonight and Wednesday. And they can go visit you tonight, go visit Sedano on Wednesday.
Sedano ain't going on Wednesday.
I may or may not. It depends on...
Oh, geez. Now it's turned into I may or may not. First it was I'm probably going.
Yeah, well, I mean, Tony Reality's coming to town. I want to have dinner with him. He's got stuff to do. I'm trying to figure it all out. Like, yeah, I don't see him all that often.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Not to mention, when you're traveling, the way my boy Sedano is traveling,
I don't, I would want to go to one game. And I have a buddy who would totally want to go. He's a big hockey guy. And I told him I would, if I could figure it out, I'd take him. Maybe I'd just leave him the tickets.
So then this way you go have dinner with Reali and then get your friend the
tickets. Well, Tony wants to come to the house. He wants to see the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. He wants to come over and have like a personal visit.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, speaking of George's travel schedule, what you also need to know is that George is on the sidelines for Saturday's primetime ABC game, Warriors-Rockets. Go, George.
Hell yeah. Well, that's just nice that I'm off for like 4 days.
I just think it's exciting because it's a big deal.
And I don't have to fly for 5 days. And I don't have to go that far, which is nice.
Listen to me. It's a huge deal, by the way. Seriously.
Yeah, don't be so humble.
No BS. It's a huge deal. When you have a game on ESPN, it's a big deal. Like being on national television of an NBA basketball game on ESPN, that's a big deal. But wait. When you're on an NBA playoff game that's not game 1, but we're starting to get deeper into the playoffs, and it's not ESPN, it's ABC, then it becomes an even bigger deal.
Yeah, you don't even have to have
So you're saying the Lakers game 1 on ABC wasn't a big deal?
No, I'm saying it's a huge deal.
It is.
No,
I was going to say, I felt like you were like shortchanging the Lakers there a little bit.
But to the
not
point,
less about me. I just felt like you were shortchanging the home team.
But to the point, like if you're on the early game on ESPN, hey, that's a huge honor.
Yeah.
Working in the
teams.
postseason.
I will tell you this: teams behind the scenes, and I will not say any more than this. They know when they're not on ABC. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, I'm
sure. And they know when they are. And you are.
And they also know when a broadcast team comes in, they know, hey, did we get the A team? Did we get the B team?
Oh, they know all
that. Oh, they know. Yeah. They do know. So anyway, bottom line is this past Saturday when you were doing the Laker game on ABC, that is a big deal. And when you were doing and when you do this game upcoming this Saturday on ABC, it's a big deal. And listen, I think sometimes this is completely off track, but stay with me for a second. We get desensitized a little bit. No, we do. We get desensitized. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'll give you an example. Last week, what day was Wendy in here? I think Wendy was in here on Wednesday. I think Brian
Windy Wednesdays.
Right. So Wendy's in here on Wednesday, and I want to say either it was later that night or maybe it was even Thursday. Scott Van Pelt is hosting SportsCenter.
Yeah, and he had Windhorse on.
He had Brian on, but prior to that, he had Louis Riddick on.
Yeah.
Now, Brian was just in studio, and Lou's my boy forever, and you get desensitized as in like, okay, these are your guys, and this is SportsCenter. But when you really, really think about it, It's on everybody's TV all around the country. It's on every television in every casino in Vegas, et cetera, et cetera. Every airport you go to, the TV is on ESPN. And so to the real world, these guys are huge stars. Wow, these guys are on TV. To us, we're like I said, we're a little desensitized. So I'm just making this comment, okay? And by the way, I'm winning time of possession based on this rant.
No question.
Being on ABC on a Saturday night of an NBA playoff game, it's a big freaking deal.
Oh, my gosh.
It's great.
It's a big deal, my friends.
All right, can we get into the game?
Let's get into the game.
God bless. Enough blowing smoke up my ass.
I wasn't blowing it up your ass. Not
Hey
your
there.
ass.
I'm George Sedano.
Not your ass at all. I'm just blowing up the fact that it's a big deal. Who cares if you're on it or not? It could be anybody. It could be my girl Lisa Salters.
I am now in a position where if the Lakers don't come back to, I was called Staples Center, Crypto 2-2, if they come back any less than that, like if they're down 3-1 coming back for game, or heading to game 5, coming back for game 5, and it's not 2-2, I'm then deathly afraid of losing this series.
Well, time out a second.
Because I think we're already getting game 1 is exactly what you want when you're the road team. Because then you're playing with house money, okay? And while I think the Lakers will come back and even the series, it has now become a far more challenging series because the winners of game 1 tend to they basically take the odds-on favorite to win the series. And then when you look at, let's just take LeBron, for example, and I know not all the teams are the same, but LeBron, when his team loses game 1 in any series, is only 12-11. Now, I would imagine most stars have a very similar number where it's around 500, but my point is it's a coin flip at that point, and that's where we are, whereas I felt like the Lakers heading into the series had at least a decent shot to win this series in less than 7.
So here's the first part of it. The Lakers should have come out on Saturday night having caught a lot of momentum towards the end of the season, feeling really good about being the 3 seed, not having to claw their way in through the play-in, getting time off, getting bodies healthy, et cetera, et cetera. They should have come out Saturday night, and they should have owned home court. The fact that they got beat, and not just beat.
Well, and the fact that they got beat after the way they started, they looked like they were locked in, and then all of a sudden got run over.
Quarter 1, everything looked right on. Quarter 2, it was like, who are these guys?
Right.
And when you got done with this game, because there were a lot of the games this weekend in the NBA were not competitive. I mean, the Clippers and the Nuggets was a very
the
competitive
best game of the weekend, no
very
question.
competitive game. The Clippers can't get a shot off at the end of regulation.
Yeah.
There's
your boy Brody.
Brody makes a spectacular play in overtime.
Multiple spectacular plays.
But the one that sticks out for me anyway is the inbound pass.
The Harden play.
Where he hits the ball, but the ball then goes off Harden's fingers, and then Denver gets the ball, and they've got a chance, and then the Clippers have to foul and whatever. But for the most part, the games were not really that competitive.
No.
And the Lakers were not, when it was all said and done, it was not a competitive game.
No.
They got steamrolled.
Yeah.
To get beat at home in game 1 by a team that's young and athletic and big and physical, and then you have to go to the press conference afterwards, and rather than LeBron saying something like, hey guys, it's game 1, it's a 7-game series, they played better than us tonight, we'll have to come back and get them in game 2. He had this thing, it sticks with me, about we know that they're physical. We know that's who they are. And yet, we weren't ready for it. So maybe we need one game to understand how physical they are so that we can play better in game 2. I just was so surprised by that.
Do we have the actual audio?
Or do you guys need me to vent it again here?
I mean, I kind of like it when you do it,
You do?
Yeah.
All right, well, then I'll do it again.
Okay.
Instead of like Kabuki Theater, we could be like Kapaki Theater.
Yeah, right. I mean, I just was surprised by his comments after the game. That's all I'm saying.
I got
All
it.
right, let's hear it.
Well, definitely. I mean, when you play in a Minnesota team, they're going to be physical. That's what they bring to the table. So, maybe it took us one playoff game to now get a feel for it and know what the type of intensity, the type of physicality that's going to be brought to the game, but that's just the way they play. So we should be more than prepared for that on Tuesday night.
I just found that very strange.
Feel out game.
Well, again, you always hear it, and I don't think people totally grasp it. that there is a different level of intensity and detail to a playoff series. And when you look at this Lakers team, I think going into the game, there was a lot of chatter about, Luka, man, he's dominated these dudes. Look what he did in the Western Conference Finals against them last year. And like, the Lakers, they took care of business against this T-Wolves team, 2-2, and they beat them when Doncic was there. You know what I mean? Like, and they beat him pretty easily. Like, this should be easy. And look, maybe I fell into that trap a little bit. I mean, 6 is not like I'm saying the series is easy because I had Lakers in 6, and I guess technically it still could be Lakers in 6. I would be surprised if it's only 6 games now. But I think that sometimes you hear it all. You read the press clippings, and then you have that good first quarter. You're out rebounding them. Their physicality, their size, that don't mean nothing. We got this. And then all of a sudden, boom, you get punched in the mouth. They're like, wait, Chris Finch says what he says to me. He says God knows what to his team. They go out there, and then they do what they're supposed to do, which is, we are way bigger across the board than these guys, all right? Especially once Naz Reid comes in, and you got him, Randall, and Gobert, okay? Then the Lakers have no chance of matching up. So I think that the Lakers kind of got caught up in kind of a little bit of their own hype, perhaps, and maybe that's what LeBron's referring to, and that kind of carried into the beginning of the game. And then by the time the problem is in the playoffs. The regular season is different. In the playoffs, once you get punched, you gotta fight your way out of it quick, because if not, you will drown. Look at what happened to Look what happened to Memphis, right?
Oh my God!
That game.
Disaster.
That game. I want to say, if you go back and watch it, that game.
I had a hard time watching it in real time. I'm going to watch it over again.
I had to turn it off after the
seriously,
first quarter.
So utterly uncompetitive.
In the first few minutes of the first quarter, I think it was like, 14-12 or something like that. And then Oklahoma City went on like what seemed like a 30-point run. And what I'm saying is, like, the runs will go in the playoffs. Like, you need to scratch and claw your way. As cliche as that sounds, you will drown in those environments, especially if you're on the road like Memphis did. But even at home, because this Memphis team is not, this Minnesota team isn't some team that doesn't have experience. They, too, went deep in the playoffs last year.
That's right.
They were in the Western Conference Finals last year.
They do have a player that most people thought was going to be the next or heir apparent as the face of the league.
Correct, who doesn't want it. So what I'm saying is, you got to be locked in from Jump Street with this group.
And that's what surprised me. That's what I'm getting at. Is that look, they came out and they won the first quarter, right? But they got punched in the face in the second quarter and they never recovered. When I hear LeBron,
but that's on them and the coaching staff, I would say too.
But when I hear LeBron saying these, hey, look, we know what their calling card is. They play physical basketball. Okay, so maybe we just needed a game to understand what that was about. But my question is, you got JJ, who's a player not that long ago, who's had a real good year as a first-year head coach. You've got LeBron at 40 years old, 22 years in the league. What did he expect? Did he expect Anthony Edwards in Minnesota to come out and go, "Hey, King, it's your year. You guys got Luka.
I feel like LeBron. So here's my final thought on this for now, and we can get back into it. I thought, if anything, the mistake that LeBron and Luka made, particularly, and DeAndre, I'd love to get your thoughts on this. I felt like they were playing right, especially once the second quarter avalanche kind of came the other way. They were playing right into Minnesota's hands, challenging their bigs. What they needed to do was find a way to switch and challenge their smalls, so that way they could play Mike Conley off the floor and they can get some of these guys off the floor, attack where their weaknesses are. You don't want to be attacking Rudy Gobert every time. You don't want to be attacking Julius Randle every time, or Naz Reid every time, or even Jaden McDaniels every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you needed to find a way to get on to get the right matchup and switch. And I felt like they didn't do enough of that.
It's crazy that you mentioned that, because Wendy came on with us on Wednesday and said that you can drop all the X's and O's offensively and defensively, but when it comes in the playoffs, your star players are going to exploit the mismatches. And I felt like when the Lakers did do a pick-and-roll game, it was always, like you said, it's always Rudy Gobert. And LeBron James did challenge him in that second half and try to get to the basket, but obviously it didn't work because he's a great rim protector. But I feel like what the Lakers did defensively, as far as like collapsing in the paint too much, there's a term that I was always taught as far as too much help. And I feel like Lakers did too much
They overhelped.
They overhelped when it came to that game. And obviously when you're wide open with a guy like Jaden McDaniels and Naz Reid, they're going to exploit that.
Interesting point. Real quick. We'll hit the break. I want to bring this back, though, when we come back. You ready? Windhorst gave us an exercise last Wednesday to handicap who's going to win a playoff series. I'll explain to you what he explained to us.
Okay.
And then let's go through the exercise again.
All right, real quick, Cappy. You need some flooring. I got to hook you up with the Crazy Hernandez
I need
brothers.
these guys immediately.
Okay, so listen, if you need flooring like Cappy, or if you're a contractor out there, listen, you need to take care of a home, a rental, ADU, whatever. It all drives you crazy. I know it's not easy, right, to do all this stuff. And then you've got all these big box national retail stores that pretend to give you a deal by marking up the price just to mark it all down. Come on. Don't fall for that. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, it's legitimately family run. You got the Crazy Hernandez brothers. You got Papi Hernandez, who's the patriarch of it all. And literally everybody in the family works there. You get the authentic old school TLC and actual wholesale pricing year round. They've got this warehouse that's straight up like 5 football fields. It's absurd. And you get no bogus sales, no gimmicks, just the best price from the start. That's why I say it, and I mean it. No sale beats a wholesale, man. Hardwood, laminate, tile, vinyl, carpet, you name it, they got it. Over 5 million square feet of in-stock inventory in this massive warehouse, these Crazy Hernandez brothers. I mean, they carry stuff. I couldn't believe the type of stuff that was in there. You can see it, you can touch it, you can take it home with you the same day. That's huge, especially when you're trying to finish a project fast. And check this out. Refer a friend and you both get 10% off your next flooring purchase. It's why first responders, designers, contractors, and builders all shop there. And they know that the Crazy Hernandez brothers are always going to take care of you, bro. So it's that simple. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. If you find a better price, the Crazy Hernandez brothers will match it. No questions asked. Head down to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. They got a place in Commerce. They got a place in Santa Ana. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. That's 866-62-FLOOR. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price in town year round because no sale beats wholesale, brother. Get to the Crazy Hernandez brothers, 866-62-FLOOR or HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, tomorrow at noon after Travis and Demarco.
Ireland, yesterday we were talking about how I'm a completely different person off the air.
Right.
Juan said, you're the same person. You're just as dumb. You're just stoned
You're not
or
as,
drunk.
yeah, you're not as
watching a
outgoing.
game.
You're not as vibrant.
I'm a big dumb kid at home. I'm a big dumb kid at work. That's the way I view it.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergatt.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
This is Sedano and Kap on 710. Yeah. Sedano and Kap continues.
Nah, really?
Right now.
Yo, yo. Oh, great song. Janet Jackson.
There's a real snap right here. Okay?
That's the way love goes.
Listen to that.
Cappy, this song is hella tough.
By the way, Steven Hernandez, if you're listening to the Crazy Hernandez brothers, Cappy really does need new flooring.
Oh, no joke. No joke at all. In fact, let me just tell you
That's
something.
not like a bit like that we've been doing for a week.
No, this past weekend, Rachel and I, we went out and she's like, I need to look at carpet and I need to look at padding. And I go, don't look at anything. I got the Crazy Hernandez brothers.
I know. We got him.
And she's like, but I need it super fast. I'm like, they can do it super fast.
I'm going to text him right now.
Okay, I need the Crazy Hernandez brothers.
Are you getting carpet?
Immediatamente.
Immediatamente?
Sí.
Immediatamente.
See, that's what I meant.
I think that as long as you have a
Sorry,
senior
that was-
dog, Cappy, you should either wait to replace it or get like laminate or something, you know?
By the way, Immediatamente, just so you
yeah.
know, George, that's Italian.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know, in honor of the Pope today. Yes, Lindsay, I know. We were looking at, we did go to look at some samples. Because here's why. You know what? You want to know what it really is. Can I be honest? Can I
It
be
stinks
really,
like dog pee?
Can I be really candid?
Yes,
I gotta
please.
be really candid.
It's not
Allow
like
me.
that's any different than you normally are.
Allow me to be really candid. Here's the reality of the situation. Rachel really kind of just trusts herself and doesn't really trust me to do things, you know? And I tell her, I'm like, I'm relatively competent. I can handle some things.
You're relatively competent.
Relatively. So I say to her, I go, let me deal with the Hernandez brothers. And she's like, I need it now. I want it yesterday. I can't wait. I'm like, let me deal with Los Hernandez brothers, okay? And
I just texted him right now.
Okay, and then, so she said, okay, I'll tell you what. She said, let's go price it out. And then this way you have a price, and then you can talk to Los Crazy Hernandez brothers. And I said, okay. So that's what we did. So that was kind of like our balance. She could go price things out, and then I'm going to show her that my Hernandez brothers can beat their price. How do you feel about that, George?
There you go.
All right.
So there you go. So I just text Steven Hernandez right now.
All right.
I tell him, Steven, sit down here. My radio partner, Scott Kaplan, is getting a new place. Can I connect you with him?
Nice.
There you go.
All right, let me bring you back here to the Lakers before we get to Al Michaels. And just before I even get into this Laker thing, as far as Al Michaels joining us at 4:30, you know, it's the first time Al has come on the show.
Yeah, so we got to break like in 4 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I put a video out, it's at ESPN Los Angeles, of a day that I spent with Al in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
We're walking into the Coliseum.
Yeah.
And he's narrating. And George, I swear to you, like I'm holding my camera, and I figure Al's going to like not say anything, or he's going to say to me, hey, moron, turn off the camera. You know what I mean? But instead, he actually narrated what he was about to walk into. It's super cool video.
Yeah.
And you should definitely check it out at ESPN Los Angeles.
Okay, great.
Now back to the Lakers.
Yeah. So you were going to ask me something.
Okay. So Brian Windhorst brought up an interesting exercise last week while he was in the
Un
studio.
ejercicio.
Sí, un ejercicio. Correct, Armando. He said this. He said, when you're handicapping an NBA playoff series, ask yourself this. Who are the best 3 players in the series? And if your team has 3 of the 5, so if you said, hey, look, here's the best 5 players in the series,
right.
If your team has 3 of the 5
Your
best
team
players,
should have a good chance of winning.
your team should win. So here's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking that going into the series, the Lakers have Luka, who's probably number 1 in the series. I'm going to say, would you say Anthony Edwards is probably the second best player in the series?
Yeah.
Okay. LeBron, the third best.
I mean, you made the case he is the best, but nonetheless, go ahead.
Okay, so fine, but
whatever. Those three.
Okay.
So Lakers have 2 out of 3 right now.
Okay, who's the fourth best player?
I would go with Julius Randle.
Okay, great. Who's the fifth best player? Think about it. Hold on. Don't answer because that was a nice sigh. That's a good long inhale. That's a very solid exhale. Very nicely done.
Yeah, I think it's a toss-up. It could be Reeves. It could be Gobert.
Okay, so that's the problem. See, I think that most of us...
It depends on, like, Austin is, I mean, Gobert is an elite-level defender, but can be played off the floor if you're hitting shots. But they were not capable of doing that in the first game. And Reeves, while he's a very good offensive player, can be picked on defensively.
So this is the issue, is that I think all of us, and I say us, I mean Laker fans, people who believe in the Lakers, guys like myself who drank the Kool-Aid and already have the Lakers going to the Western Conference Finals and perhaps even beyond. My answer was Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves. You have 3 of the best 5 players in the entire series. And honestly, after game 1, George, I'm kind of thinking I need to reevaluate that.
You might.
Because if Minnesota does have 3 of the best 5 players, say it is Rudy Gobert, behind Anthony Edwards, and you said Julius Randle, if they have 3 of the best 5, according to the exercise, they're more likely to win. Not something I really was wanting to hear pre-series start. But after watching game 1, I'm very worried that tomorrow night, when the Lakers play at home, this could be their last game of the season in Crypto.com. If they're down 0-2, I'm not saying they're going to get swept, but we've seen them get swept, and we've underestimated, I say we have underestimated Minnesota.
Yeah.
At least after one game. So you got the reality that tomorrow night could be the last game the Lakers play this season at home.
And they need to play that way. That it could be their last game there.
Yep.
Because if not, if they do lose the game, it's ominous at that point. If you go down 0-2 going to Minnesota, you got to win 4 out of the next 5. I'm not saying it's impossible, but man, does it become unlikely.
Once you slack ESPN stats and information.
How many teams have come back 0-2 going on the road?
Uh-huh.
All right, I'll find out. First, kickoff draft day, okay, at Legends Attic in Claremont with Travis and Demarco this Thursday, April 24th. That's from 9 a.m. to noon as we broadcast live with Rams legend and Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce. You'll have a chance to win signed memorabilia, trading cards, Legends Attic gear, and baseball tickets. For more information, visit legendsattic.com. All right, Al Michaels next.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Ready to drive home in a brand new ride? The 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SC is yours with an amazing 2.99% APR for 36 months. That's right, lock in super low financing at just 2.99%. Plus, drive with America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, and Hyundai's Assurance Program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or online at CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com to find your perfect Santa Fe today.
On approved credit, 0 security deposit, 36 payments at $29.08 per $1,000 financed. Offer expires 4/30/2025.
Hey, it's Mace, and there's no better place to watch sports than Cosm. The Cosm Dome has got massive high-resolution display. It creates the ultimate immersive experience with a massive wraparound screen that throws you in the middle of the action. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall exciting pro and college games. Catch all the heart-pounding excitement of both the NBA and NHL playoffs. Secure your tickets now at Cosm. That's COSM.com and experience the game like never before. Cosm.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Lakers fans, get your exclusive content on Lakers YouTube. Get an insider's look into your favorite players' pregame routines and go behind the scenes in exclusive mini movies. Get to know your favorite players like never before. Log in on game day court details with our series Sights and Sounds. See exclusive videos only on the official Lakers YouTube channel. Check it out now. And let's go Lakers.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
It's the LA Afternoon Takeover on 710 ESPN.
Man, I hate when my brain is right and my heart is wrong.
It was so close to having your brain wrong and your heart right, too.
Oh, it would have been so much fun if that were the case.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
Look at that, Cappy. Who loves you?
Los Locos Hernandez brothers?
And your boy Sedano,
That's
who
right.
connected you with Los Locos Hernandez brothers.
Sí,
So there you go.
Esteban.
Exactly. See, you can never say I don't love you, okay? Because you need flooring. I text my guy, you're going to get flooring.
We're going to get flooring.
That's how this works.
It's loco.
Tonight, you're going to be on the ice. The legend may be in the house as well. Al Michaels joins us now here on Sedano and Kap here on 710 ESPN. Of course, Amazon Football. Do you believe in miracles? And season ticket holder to the Kings. I mean, this man is hockey personified. Al, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. We want to get deep into this Kings series with Edmonton because there's probably a lot of PTSD for Kings fans, including yourself. But first of all, I want to make sure that everyone knows how much this man across from me adores you. It shows such reverence towards you every time we talk about you, as you should, the legend that you are. But I just wanted to make sure that you knew that Scott Kaplan always gives love to Al Michaels.
Well, we go all the way back to the Charger years in San Diego, when it was a great thrill for me having no team in Los Angeles to get a home game in San Diego. And we talked many times about the 73 freeway and the $5 it costs to avoid the bottleneck on the 405 to the 5. And that's what we talked about all of those years and all of the games that we flexed in there and the playoff games and all of the rest. That was nirvana for me. Nirvana.
Yeah, it was great, too. I mean, back in those days, Al, you would come down for big games, and, LaDainian Tomlinson was the star of that team. The stadium was, just on fire. Listen, L.A. didn't have football, and the closest thing it had was the Chargers. But as we all know what's happened here since about 2016, now L.A.'s got two teams. So now you can get multiple home games in a season.
I can, and including a Super Bowl, which, of course, was the capstone to my days at NBC back in 2021. So, look, I still root for the Chargers. I still root for the Rams. I'm a hometown guy. What can I tell you? But right now, it's all about the Kings, and I'm nervous already.
Well, you should be. Right?
There's nothing like postseason hockey. It's the greatest thing in sports. And, of course, Edmonton has been the Kings' kryptonite all of these years. So it's a matter of, with home ice advantage, can it make a difference? But, hockey is such a crazy game. So many random things happen. I remember last year, Kings are down 2-1, have a chance to tie up the series in Game 4 at Crypto. And what happens? They outshoot Edmonton 33-13, and the Oilers win the game 1-0 because the Kings took a penalty, and the Oilers scored on a power play. And boys, this is not breaking news. What the Kings have to do in this series stay out of the penalty box. Because when 29 and 97 are on that power play, my eyes are closed.
Well, and here's the thing. It's not like the Kings have been pretty bad at their own advantage, too, this season. They're one of the poorer teams in the sport at that. And the thing with Edmonton this year is that, they finished third or whatever in the Pacific Division out. But as you know, Draisaitl missed a ton of time. McDavid has missed a ton of time. So they are now getting healthy at the right time, which should be terrifying for everyone.
It's, as far as the Kings are concerned, you could kind of see this coming. McDavid was out for a while, but then he came back, got sharp, and I'm sure he's going to be very close to 100%. Draisaitl's been out for a number of games, but I'm sure he's going to be very close to top level. Zach Hyman's been out. They're missing Eklund. That's a big piece. Obviously, he's their best defenseman. But it's going to come down to the Kings, staying out of the penalty box. And you all know, any hockey fan knows, you need the hot goalie. You got to win 16 games to win the Cup. And you go back to 12, and it was all about Jonathan Quick. Couldn't get it past him. Won the Conn Smythe. And then in 14, Quick was great. Justin Williams was even better. He won the Conn Smythe. But, the Kings, think about the two Cups that they won. They were the 8th seed going in the first time, knocked off Vancouver in that first round, 8-1. And then in 14, they were the number 6 seed. And the only time the Kings in those two playoff runs, in the 8 playoff series they played to win the 2 Cups, only one time did they have home ice, and that was in the final in 14 against the Rangers. Well, so hopefully this makes a difference this season.
The great Al Michaels joining us here on Sedano and Kap here on 710 ESPN. But to your point, that's been Kemper basically since March 1st, Al. He's been as good as anyone, 94% save percentage, 1.47 goals against average since that time. This is the time where you need him to be that Jonathan Quick type of guy.
No question. And I think, Jim Hiller's put a major premium on defense. And, getting Edmondson back is big for us as well. Hopefully Doughty is completely healthy right now, even though, Drew had the surgery, played, pretty well. We've seen him play better than he played his first several games out there. But the Four Nations tournament was, I think, a big turning point for him. Got him a little rest down the stretch. So that's going to be huge. So, you got Doughty, you got Trevor Lewis, you got guys with Stanley Cup winning experience. Kemper has won the Cup as well. And by the way, as long as we're on experience, I got to say one thing. Andrei Kopitar may be the most underappreciated athlete I have ever seen in Los Angeles. In the 50 years or so that I have lived here, Andrei Kopitar is tremendous on every level, not only on the ice, but off the ice, what he does in the community. He is, and I've gotten to know him a little bit, and just a spectacular human being. And, to spend, 17, 18 seasons with one team, and he's playing almost as well as ever right now.
Yeah.
But, you always feel a sense of some security when you've got Kopitar and Doughty out on the ice.
Al, I got to ask you, because I think a lot of people driving around right now would as well. I was 10 years old for, Do You Believe in Miracles? So when I hear that, I know your voice is associated with hockey, but how did you get into, or when did you get into, and when did you become such a big Kings fan?
Well, my father took me to my first hockey game when I was 6 years old. And it was a minor league game at Madison Square Garden in the Eastern Hockey League. The New York Rovers faced the Johnstown Jets. And then I finally got to go to a few Ranger games when I was 8 or 9 years old. Then we moved out here. So I grew up as a Ranger fan. I love the Rangers. Hockey is a cult sport. I am definitely in the cult. And, of course, I was the only guy in school who knew anything about hockey. I was trying to make these other kids appreciate it. And I think I made a lot of people hockey fans through the years, including those kids back in New York. But, the irony to me is that in my lifetime, the New York Rangers have won one Stanley Cup. One, 1994.
Right.
And the Los Angeles Kings have won 2. How crazy is that?
Right. Yeah. Al, it's amazing that you're so into it. And do you go to a lot of the games? Do you find yourself at a lot of Kings games? Yeah.
We've had season tickets for 30 years.
Uh-huh. And do you,
since
for example,
1994.
Are you coming tonight?
Of course. Are you kidding me?
You're home right now. You might want to leave right now. You're going to have to battle a lot of traffic.
Well,
Jack.
I was just going to say.
No kidding.
But you don't have to pay the toll.
9 miles, but
you don't have to pay the toll on the 73 though. At least, so there's that. Yeah.
No, but it's an overnight trip. We stop at a hotel, and get a nap and then come on.
Al, I got the hotel right across the street from LA Live, the East Central. And, oh, by the way, I'll even pick up your parking tonight here at LA Live should you want to do that.
Oh, look at that.
And
you valet it, too?
And I'll throw in one extra thing. How about come to the 710 suite tonight?
And we're well taken care of, believe me. What kind of groceries do you have in the 710 suite?
Oh, Al, tonight
what do you got there?
You'd love it. We got a nice little Mediterranean plate with like hummus and carrots and celery.
Well, he's not a vegetable guy.
I know that's true. Okay, but maybe like a little meat the ball.
Yeah, we can make that work.
Like a meatball sandwich, maybe a hot dog or something.
Some sirloin.
Now we're talking. A hot dog, we're talking, baby. maybe a cheeseburger.
That sounds
good.
good.
I'll be down there tonight. I'll be down there tonight. I'll be down there Wednesday night. I'll be down there next Tuesday night if there's a Game 5.
Yeah.
Of course.
Al, beyond the Kings, though, I mean, to me, the most compelling story in hockey is always, when will the Maple Leafs be able to finally get back to where people there, especially, and the hockey world has been waiting for so many years? Austin Matthews is one of the best players in the sport, Arizona kid. You know what I mean? Like, they started off great in the Battle of Ontario, but I just feel like there's always something that goes wrong with them.
There has been. Not to name drop, but Will Arnett is a good friend of mine, the great actor. And he is as big a Maple Leaf fan as anybody. He's just dying 1,000 deaths in the playoffs every year. And I texted him yesterday. I said, good luck to you. Good luck to me. Kings Leafs final. And he's already, he's as nervous as I am. He's worried. He was worried before last night's game, but they looked great last night, I thought. And, you're talking about the amazing thing about hockey. When I'm growing up as a kid, in New York, almost every player in the NHL was from Canada. Mm-hmm. There were maybe one or two guys from the United States, nobody from Europe at that time, certainly nobody from the Soviet Union. And so in those years, like every kid who came into the NHL was from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, right? Yeah. And now when Austin Matthews got drafted number 1, I said, wow, look where this sport has come. When a kid can grow up in Scottsdale, Arizona, and become the number 1 draft choice in the National Hockey League, we're talking about a brand new situation.
Yep, there's no doubt. And as a matter of fact, I think about the same thing. Like when I was a kid and the Florida Panthers came into existence, which was probably in the mid-90s-ish, and then my first Stanley Cup that I saw them playing, which I want to say was like 1997 against Colorado, I was like, wow, all of a sudden there's these new ice skating rinks that are popping up, and there's kids that are playing hockey.
This it was 96.
This is now in Florida. Yeah. And now you have all these kids from all these different parts of the country. But, just back to Edmonton for one quick second, which is, as much as the Kings are looking to avenge all these playoff losses against Edmonton is thinking about what happened to them last year.
Yeah.
They were down 3-0. They battled all the way back in the Stanley Cup Finals, only losing Game 7. So it's like the Kings have to get past the Oilers, and the Oilers have unfinished business from last year's Stanley Cup Finals.
Well, and the other thing, too, it's the only thing missing on McDavid's resume. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to get into a discussion about the greatest player of all time. It's pretty tough to top Wayne Gretzky, and, of course, I had the chance to see him play dozens of times in person. But I got to tell you, there has been no more skilled player that I have ever seen than Connor McDavid. None. Zero. Some of the stuff he can do, I mean, like I say, you want to close your eyes when they're on the power play. Because, he can carry the puck for 15 to 20 seconds by himself. Go all the way around the net, fend off a guy with his left arm. I mean, when it comes to skill, you tell me somebody better than Connor McDavid. I think he's the fastest player I've ever seen. He will battle he'll have puck battles against the boards with you. I mean, his stopping on the dime and twirling and the way he just handles the puck and fends people off and has, as Wayne did, eyes in the back of his head to just be able to thread that needle or put it off the back of the goalie as he comes around from behind the net. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
Al,
never.
Let me ask you this. I mean, you mentioned Gretzky, and, Ovechkin obviously just broke that record a few weeks ago, or a week or so ago now. How surprised were you that someone was able to get to that point? Because I thought for sure that was a record. When I was a kid growing up, in the 80s and 90s, I like, oh, nobody's breaking that record. And then here we are, Ovechkin was able to do it.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Number one, obviously, it takes longevity. It takes a career in which you very rarely are injured, and you play. You're able to play 70 or so games a season, and then be so good for so long. you're right. It's one of those things where, you looked at that number when Wayne said it and went, nobody can top this. And sure enough, they take records are made to be broken. It's the greatest cliche. But I thought that one would stand. I thought that one would stand forever. But more surprising would be if anybody ever broke Pete Rose's hit record.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to get more than 4,256 hits. That's almost impossible. If you had exactly 200 hits over 21 seasons, you still wouldn't be there.
Right.
You'd be 56 shy.
Mm-hmm.
So that is, to me, the record right now that can never be broken. Ovechkin proved that maybe every record can be broken.
Al, let me take a left turn here and go away from hockey for a second. You mentioned, moving out to L.A. from New York when you were a little kid. How old were you at that time when you guys moved?
14.
14. I'm going to take you back to January 6, 2018. The Rams are hosting the Cowboys in the NFL's postseason. We're walking into the stadium, walking in front of us, Chris Collinsworth, who you're working with that night, Kurt Warner, who I'm working with that night, and I'm holding my video camera, and I kind of feel like you're going to probably tell me to turn it off, but instead you decided to narrate, and I wonder if you remember your first game at the LA Coliseum when you guys had just come out here.
I certainly do. When we moved out here, the first game I saw was about 11 or 12 days after we moved here. We moved here in late October. On the 2nd of November, 1958, the Rams played the Chicago Bears. The final score was 41-35 Los Angeles. The attendance was 100,470. This is before the NFL was the NFL as we know it, right? And, of course, now we had to put up with all that garbage through the years when L.A. didn't have a team. And people are saying, oh, it's not a football town. I'm going, wait a minute. 100,470 people showed up on November the 2nd, 1958. You're telling me it's not a football town? And then later that season, when Johnny Unitas came in, they had 100,202. You guys can look this up.
Yep.
It's right there on Pro Football Reference. So that's the first time I went to the Coliseum, November 2, 1958. Phenomenal game. Billy Wade at quarterback for the Rams, 41-35. Sid Gilman against George Halas.
Yeah.
George Rennicks was the referee. Anything else?
Well, I only ask you that to recount that story because that day when you and I walked through that tunnel and I shot that video, it's one of my favorite things. And I put the video out today on all the social channels here at ESPN Los Angeles so that people could see it. And I can't believe how brilliantly you just recounted it. No problem. Sharp as a tack, Al.
Listen, I can remember everything from 50 years ago, but what I had last night for dinner, forget about it.
You know what? The recall matters more in that scenario. But, you mentioned Chris Collinsworth. Al, I don't know how much, how much or how often you're on the internet, but those years you worked with Collinsworth and the slide before every game.
Oh, my God.
I mean, people would go nuts for that thing. Everybody loved waiting. They would just wait for you guys to come on so Chris could slide in next to you. It was an internet phenomenon for so many years.
It became a big – we didn't even know about it until, maybe 4 or 5 weeks. Then we go, what the hell is that all about? So we found out about it. And then, of course, we couldn't stop it. We had to even do it in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. It actually also became kind of a fashion thing, too, because I know for me, I was like, I really love those, zip-up sweaters they're wearing. Where did I get those? I went out and bought them in, 3 different colors.
Right. They were pretty cheap, too. We had no wardrobe budget. So I still have a few of them in my closet. I'll send them down to you. No problem.
Thanks. Al, it's interesting. I'm reading a book right now, Jim Lampley's book. And Jim is out doing a book tour, and he asked me if I would host and interview him. So I've been reading the book, and he talks about the 1980 Olympics and what his role was and what happened, during that time and how we all watched that game on tape delay. So it's 45 years later, and I always think of you and I go, Al Michaels has been the voice of sports my entire life.
Yeah.
So, Al, I got to ask you this question. What motivates you to keep on going? You've been so good for so long, so successful. What makes you want to keep on going?
I think for anybody in any business, it's passion. If you have passion for what you do and you really enjoy it and you want to do it, and you can't wait for the game to start and you get excited when you walk into a stadium, that's the litmus test. When that goes away, then it's time to hang it up. If you still feel that way, and I do, keep going. And, it's a matter of, obviously, it's contingent upon health. I'm healthy enough right now to keep on going. I have the passion to do what I do. I enjoy what I do. Nobody is more appreciative of the great fate that has been bestowed upon me by being able to do all these things all these years. So there's a great appreciation and passion. It's as simple as that, and I think that's the case for anybody in any business.
And I really think that the move to Prime was really amazing for you, especially at this stage of your career. In other words, if they had a 28-year-old kid and he was like, hey, this is cool, I'm going to be on this digital platform, and this is all new kind of technology, that would be one thing. But to be where you are in your career, as successful as you've been for as long as you've done it, to move to this new platform, I mean, I don't know. You tell me, does it feel any different? Are you just calling a game like it's on TV? Do you notice even the difference in what you're doing?
Very little, Scott, because the thing is, I can't reinvent the wheel. And how I looked at this, going from linear to streaming, in effect, was that it's all I'm really doing is I'm doing it on a different platform. People are consuming the game in a different manner. That's all it is. Now, if you go on there and you try to do something completely different than what I had done in all of those years, I wouldn't even know how to do it differently. Now, you can tweak it. You can do it a little differently, but that would have been the same thing had I remained on linear television and not gone over to streaming, because you at a certain point you build up what it is you do and how you do it, and it's not as if you do it by rote. But if you were to do something completely strange and different and odd and all of that, I think the audience would get unnerved. They would go, "What the hell? What is this all about?" So I don't think you can do it that way. I think you just have to go along, try to be the best you can in every time you're on the air. Maybe a few tweaks here and there, kind of roll with the punches. See where read the room is what I like to say. You want to read the room, and the room is the audience. And I think I have a pretty good connection through the years because I have been such a huge sports fan. I get the sports fans' connection. I can tell you what they like and what they don't like. Not everybody. You got a disparate audience, all kinds of people, old, young, you name it, every demographic, right? But I think I have a pretty good feeling for how the sports fan feels when he watches a game.
The legend Al Michaels joining us here. So let me ask you this, Al, because you've called everything, right? You've done the Olympics. I remember you calling the World Series, the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals. I remember that as well. Was there anything that you felt like, man, I wish I would have done that still? Was there anything left that you wanted to try?
No, believe it or not. Because I think as a kid, I dreamed about the World Series, did 8 of them. Dreamed about the Olympics, got to do 9 of them. Super Bowl didn't even exist when I was a kid. Right. Got to do 11 of them. NBA Finals, 2. Stanley Cup Finals, I hosted 3 back at the turn of the century, and of course did Lake Placid. So, I mean, it's I'm satiated. I mean,
I love it.
That plate is full, and there are no vegetables on it.
How about this? I'll give you one thing. You ready? Because George started off today, and he said, how much I admire you. I always have, and I've always been flattered to be like, wow, Al returns texts, Al returns emails, Al knows who the hell I am. I'm flattered. Wow. But part of that is because of our connection through, one of my mentors in the business. That was the late, great Hammer and Hank Goldberg. Okay. And the connection to horse racing, Stephen Nagler and our common friends. How about maybe a little Breeders' Cup, maybe? Would you have any interest in hosting the Breeders' Cup on television?
Well, don't forget now, I co-hosted with the great Jim McKay, who I love, right? My phenomenal colleague. I did 46 Triple Crown races.
Oh my gosh!
I did the Derby in '86, and I did all of the Triple Crown races between '87 and 2000. Wow! Wrapping it up with Fusaichi Pegasus in 2000. Wow. Oh yeah. Yeah. So believe me, when it came to horse racing, and I've done the Santa Anita Derby, the Hollywood Gold Cup, all of those years at ABC. So I probably hosted. I've been a part of maybe 60 horse racing telecasts, including 46 Triple Crown races, which was including Sunday Silence and Easy Goer back in the Preakness in '87, which was my favorite of all those races. You remember that one? Of
course. Now, Al, I just had a big win this past about a week ago. You ready for this?
Is that horse in Abu Dhabi or whatever?
Yeah, in Dubai, the Godolphin Mile, Al, $1 million winner. This is the biggest win of our entire career.
How much did you get out of that?
Well, the winning team takes 60% of the win.
Right.
And so after paying the jockey 10% and the trainer 10%, you walk away with about 480 of the million.
And then you own how much?
About 10%. About 10%.
So you're paying for dinner next time. Whoa. Okay. See, Al, now he's paying for dinner the next time. I'm not buying anymore.
All I did was all our team, and I say our team, by the way, there's about 20 of us. Yeah. So when my kid said to me, Dad, you won $1 million raise? I said, yeah, I think I probably won about $2,000. Yeah. That's it.
Well, right. After taxes in California, of course. That's about what you came away with. Right?
Well, you know what? We're going to Fleming's after this show tonight, and you're buying. How about that? So anyway, Al, thank you so much for spending the time with us. Have fun tonight at the game and at all the games.
Okay.
Thank you again for hanging out with us for a few minutes.
Go Kings, go. You got it, guys. Take care, man.
There he is.
We'll talk to you during the football season, Al. Thank you, man.
The great Al Michaels.
I love that guy.
All right, Cappy, we got to take a break.
No, I'm not done telling you how much I love Al Michaels.
Oh, okay. Can you do that on the other side?
No, I'm not. I have to continue to profess my love to Al Michaels.
Were you glad that I told him how much you loved him?
He knows, but I'm glad you told him.
Right.
I mean, I'm like, think about that for a quick second. I know we got to hit the break, but just think about it. I was 10 years old in 1980. This guy has been the soundtrack of sports. And listen, all the great names, Dick Enberg, Jim Nantz, name the names. You know, Jim McKay, who he mentioned. But Al Michaels has been with me my whole life, man.
Yeah. And now he was on here with you.
I love him.
Spending time with us here.
I love him.
I'm here. Exactly. Funchy, he
love
was
you,
here.
Al. I love you, Al.
Yeah. Funchy was not here.
I know.
Yeah.
Profess my love to Al.
By the way, before we go to break,
yeah.
McMiniman's going to join us. We'll talk some Lakers with him. But if you're injured in an auto accident of any kind, listen, I've been telling you forever. Just call Jacob already, man. 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano Mason and the crew at 710 send you. You're probably wondering, Sedano, you're always talking about Jacob, but what are the actual advantages of hiring your guy, Jacob and Ronnie? My guy, okay? First of all, you're hiring someone with over 25 years of experience. But maybe the simplest answer is Jacob and his team will hold your hand throughout the entire process, okay? They'll handle everything, phone calls, the rental car, get your car fixed, finding you the doctor in your area. They'll deal with the insurance company, which is a huge pain in the tuchus, as you know, and Jacob can immediately get you the medical attention you deserve. With 25-plus years experience, he's got the reputation and the clout to get you the compensation that you deserve. So if you're injured in any kind of accident, only one name to remember, it's Jacob. Jacob. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano Mason and the crew at 710 send you. You want an attorney who's respected? That's why you call Jacob, because he's the real deal. Call him at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB, or visit him online at calljacob.com.
The Stanley Cup playoffs are here, and for the fourth consecutive season, the Los Angeles Kings meet the Edmonton Oilers in round one. Long shot, tipped wide, loose puck, they score! Warren Foegele back in Alberta. He gives the Kings a 1-0 lead less than 3 minutes into the game. And Foegele hands it to Moore. Centering pass, Gavrikov shoots and scores! Here they come in a 2-on-1. Kopitar to the right circle, a shot, they score! Kempe on the 2-on-1 with Kopitar. And nearing the midway point of the third, it is 5-0 LA. Final few seconds tick off the clock. And here in Edmonton tonight, the Kings clinch home ice in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs with a commanding 5-0 win over their first round opponents, the Edmonton Oilers. It's the Kings and the Oilers in Game 1. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
At Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, every Subaru is designed to take you further while protecting what matters most. Like the new 2025 Subaru Forester or 2025 Subaru Crosstrek, both available with 3.9% financing for 48 months. Ocean Subaru, where every journey leads to something greater.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance, not all buyers or vehicles will qualify. Plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. See dealer for complete details. Expires 4/30/2025.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installation with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news to stats to placing bets in a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is the city, Los Angeles, California. It's 5 p.m. in the Southland.
Turn it up, man.
Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing, thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney.
Visit rfr710.com or call 833-ESPN-710.
Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this? And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack!
Yeah. Cappy, I'm seeing myself on a big screen TV. I look really tan today.
Your face looks like A-Rod.
It does.
It does. Seriously, right?
By the way, saw A-Rod on Saturday.
I saw he was at the game on Saturday. That's cool.
I saw him.
Did you spend a lot of time out in the sun recently?
I did last week.
No,
well, I was in Cabo.
We didn't see you, so.
Yeah, I was in Cabo.
Dude, it looks like A-Rod is on around the horn.
Right, except it's me.
Wait, now that I think of it, we didn't see you at all last week, did we?
We did not.
Yeah, so that's why. So we saw you at SeaWorld. That was the last time we saw you.
Oh, at SeaWorld, yeah.
I can't tell if that's makeup or lighting that makes you look so dark.
It's both.
Yeah.
And because I also got the Cabo tan.
Mm-hmm. Cabo tan, good.
Yeah.
That's a good tan, Cabo tan.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, but you know what? Kalishaw looks tan on that TV, too.
Yeah, maybe it's the TV.
It is the TV.
Maybe somebody got to just do something about the TV.
It is the TV, because Kalishaw's not that tan.
TV making you guys look dark.
He's a lot whiter than that.
Yeah.
That's definitely the TV.
Yeah, man. Somebody got to go recalibrate.
But you're right. I did look
levels.
like I could be like A-Rod's cousin.
I'm serious, man. No joke. Seriously. Like when Rory McIlroy won the Masters about 2 weeks ago, people were like hitting me up going, are you related to Rory McIlroy? I'm like, no, why? They're like, just look at you guys side by side. I'm like, yeah, I look like his great-grandfather maybe.
Yeah.
But seriously,
Great-grandfather.
you look like freaking A-Rod's brother, Los Hermanos brothers, Locos, A-Rods.
By the way, Cappy, really quick. Speaking of being too tan,
Yeah.
you know you're talking about WrestleMania on Friday?
Yep.
Cody Rhodes needs to chill out on the tan. That dude is so tan, and his hair is so yellow. It just looks weird.
Yeah, I must admit one thing right now. Since we did the Hollywood Park Casino wrestling event a few weeks ago, I committed myself to watching wrestling. And
So you watch WrestleMania?
So on Saturday night, this is so bad. Saturday night, Rachel and I were going to go out to watch the Laker game, and we're going to go to this bar, and we're going to watch the Laker game. And so we show up, and we're watching the game. And then what happens is, obviously, as we all know, the Laker game becomes not competitive.
Correct.
Right? I mean, it just got to a point where this is going to be a blowout. In fact, even late in the game, the Lakers kind of got it to 12.
Little push, yeah.
And I was like, in the NBA, a team could get hot, a team could get cold, maybe.
Yeah.
But they never could really break through.
Right.
So I'm watching the Laker game on a TV. And so here's Rachel. She's sitting right across from me, George, like you and I are.
Yeah.
And I'm looking up at this TV, so I'm not looking at her. And then I would try and come back and make eye contact with her to let her know, hey, look, I know you're here, and I'm not just engaged in the game. I mean, hey, I'm paying attention to you too. But then the game was so not competitive that I turned on WrestleMania on my phone. And oh, by the way, you guys are going to be proud of me on this one. WrestleMania was on Peacock, right?
Right, yeah.
And I don't
You
have
knew how to
Peacock.
use it.
I don't have Peacock.
But Rachel does.
Nope. And I wasn't going to do what you suggested, Lindsay, which is get a Peacock account, then go cancel it. You know
Do
what
the
I mean?
free trial, yeah.
I wasn't going to do that because you know that 6 months from now, I'd have spent however many hundreds of dollars of Peacock, and I would never even know. So Alex, our security man downstairs, heard me talking about this, and he texted me, and he said, hey, if you need a Peacock account, I will have you watch WrestleMania on my Peacock
Oh, that's
account.
funny.
But I felt horrible.
I think I have Peacock.
But I felt bad about that. I'm like, come on, man. Like, he's our security guy. Like, I'm
You
But
didn't
you
feel
did it
bad.
anyway.
Yeah, you didn't feel bad when I offered.
I'm too cheap. Well, yes, that's right. I'm like, I'm too cheap to freaking, buy Peacock. But Alex has Peacock. I'm going to use his Peacock.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be using his Peacock.
And you used his Peacock.
No, I didn't use his
Oh.
Peacock. Guess what? I'm already paying for Peacock. You know how?
Because you already signed up for it like a year ago.
Nope, because my son has Peacock.
Oh.
So I said to my son, I go,
So you're paying for it anyway.
I go,
Exactly.
I go, you got Peacock? He goes, yeah. I go, give me your Peacock. I need Peacock. So now I got Peacock, and I was going from the Laker game, which was no longer competitive, looking at Rachel, then looking down at WrestleMania.
Right.
Because I was watching the.
Now, do you know anything about WrestleMania?
Well, so I knew going in about the whole Cody
By the way,
Rhodes.
McMiniman in 8 minutes.
Okay, so I knew about the Cody Rhodes thing.
Yeah, he
with
was going
John
against Cena, right.
That I knew about. And then I knew a little bit about the Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk thing.
Right.
So, again, George, imagine you're with your wife or your girlfriend.
Yeah.
She knows that you want to watch the Laker game.
Right, but now what does she feel about WrestleMania?
So-
Probably not great.
so- no, not great.
Yeah.
You have no idea. Once the Laker game was like, it was decided. They weren't coming back.
You put in the group text, like, WrestleMania is more competitive. And I was like, oh, good call, Cappy. I'm switching over.
It
So I
was.
did.
So now I got Laker game up high on the left.
Yeah.
And I got my phone with WrestleMania, and she's like, wait a second. So now the Lakers are done. They're toast. Rather than looking at me and having a conversation with me,
You're
now
gonna-
you're
you're gonna
watching
watch wrestling?
three guys
Yeah.
in a wrestling ring. And I'm trying to explain to her how big of a deal WrestleMania
Was
is.
she like, it's not even real?
She but she
Oh,
was.
okay.
But
Well, that's good.
I couldn't convince her or persuade her how important WrestleMania was.
And then, so you turned it off.
So she was pissed. She was like legit pissed at me.
Did you turn it off?
No.
You kept watching.
Because I made.
Look at you taking a stand.
I thought.
Oh my God!
I thought I'd made a compelling case.
Yeah.
Which was this.
So if anytime you make a compelling case, do you just like stick to your guns?
Well, not always, but in this particular instance, what I said to her was, I go, look, Rach, I go, we were just at Hollywood Park Casino. I go, do you know how many people showed up because they were trying to win tickets to WrestleMania? And then we were watching wrestling and everybody was super into it. So I've committed to getting back into wrestling so that, because now I realize how much our audience actually loves it, right? And I thought that was a compelling case as to why I had to, for work, watch WrestleMania.
And she said,
you're not getting any tonight.
Oh my God!
That's pretty much what she said.
That is awful.
That's funny.
Turn off those three guys in tights wrestling each other, or don't come asking for any later tonight.
And you didn't turn it off?
and yet
You still got some?
I still got. It was Saturday night. You know, you got to give it up a little bit. You know what I mean? It's Saturday night. I mean, come on, we're working busy.
What is that like a planned like on the Calendly Saturday night?
No, but it's just we work
Get
hard
some
all
action.
week. We don't have it. You know, we don't get to spend as much time together during the
Right.
week. So
I know. I just read a story recently about like
Gotta get the frustrations out.
Sometimes
Right.
the couples
Yeah.
have to schedule their,
I understand that.
Listen.
I do. Putting it on a Calendly is a good idea.
Yeah.
And one little side note here, just as I'll finish this rant.
Yeah.
I got to tell you guys, the main event on Saturday night at WrestleMania, God, those guys are great.
Yeah.
They are so amazing. I mean, as big as they are, and as strong as they are, and as high flying as they are, and with all the acrobatics and gymnastics and athleticism. I don't know how long that match was on Saturday night. It had to have been 35.
Why didn't you tell her to look at Charlotte Flair and do some of that stuff to you in bed?
I would love that.
Yeah.
That would be great. Or that Marilyn Manson chick.
Yeah, Charlotte Flair got her butt kicked.
Yeah.
It was great.
WrestleMania was, it was good. I mean, like I said, I watched parts of it. I didn't see it all. You get any exposure to WrestleMania this
I
weekend?
did not.
Not one.
I haven't seen WrestleMania in a number of years.
No.
I think I saw one probably like 5 to 7 years ago, maybe, but that was the last time. I don't got time, bro.
Yeah. And then one of the guys I work out with in the morning, like tomorrow morning.
I had to watch Rockets Warriors.
I understand. My 5:30 a.m. workout group tomorrow morning, one of the guys is like a famous agent. You know, he's got like all kinds of famous
Ari Gold?
celebrities. He's kind of like an Ari Gold. I mean, he represents like some big name like dudes, like some really A-list like Hollywood
Oh, you know who I
stars.
ran into at the Lakers game?
Yeah.
I mean, I introduced myself because I do watch the show. I've been watching his show for whatever it is.
What's
It's been
that?
on HBO. Bill Maher.
Oh, I love Bill Maher.
So I just walked up to him real quick and just went to tell him, hey, man, I want to introduce myself. I watch your show all the time.
Yeah.
I don't always get to watch it on Friday nights because sometimes I'm, somewhere else doing a game, but I usually watch it over the weekend at some point.
I love
He
Bill
was very
Maher,
nice.
And I would love to meet Bill Maher.
He's a huge sports fan.
Oh, my God. He's at a lot of Laker games. And he just did a
Big
piece.
Mets fan, too.
Did you see what he did recently about his story about how he went to the White House and had dinner with Kid Rock,
Yeah.
Dana White, and Trump? Did you
Yeah,
see
he
this?
basically told them how he feels about
Right.
stuff.
But he also...
He took a lot of crap for it.
He told everybody, I know I'm going to take crap. How dare I go to the White House and have dinner with Trump? But you know what? Kid Rock set it up. I flew cross country. You know what? He was a very different guy in person than he is on TV. And I was fascinated to hear what Bill Maher had to say.
I still watch the show, and he still ripped Trump.
I'm sure he did. That's his act. But I thought
Well, it's
it
not
was-
his act. It's just what he believes.
Of
too.
course, but
Yeah.
I still thought it was fascinating.
Yeah,
Nonetheless,
I told the guy, I appreciate you being the voice of reason, is what I said to him.
Yeah.
I don't always agree with everything you say, but I appreciate you being the voice of reason for the most part.
So this one guy who I work out with in the mornings, he's like a big fancy agent, and he's got a lot of like heavy hitter Hollywood clients. What's the guy's name? Is it Ryan Gosling? Is that his name? Right?
Yeah.
The
Oh, yeah, I
actor,
love
right?
him.
Right, I think he's his agent. But I saw him this
He was in
weekend.
Remember the Titans. You remember Ryan Gosling in Remember the Titans?
Yeah, but
he
I
got
know-
subbed out, and then the guy was like, Yost, don't you take my kid out of the game!
Just like that.
Well, he sent a message in the group text of him and Cody Rhodes.
I don't want your
Saturday.
life.
No, different show.
Oh, okay.
Different
Just
movie.
kidding.
I thought to myself,
I get them all
You
confused.
you're thinking,
Friday Night Lights.
No, that's the one.
Remember the Titans?
That's Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. They're all the same.
Remember the Titans one with Denzel Washington,
Okay.
based on a
Yeah,
true
they're all
story
same.
of
They're all
integration in Virginia.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, I said this man, he represents Cody Rhodes too. That or he's got connections to go backstage with Cody Rhodes the night before WrestleMania, before the main event.
You want to laugh at
Tell me.
Lindsay was saying earlier that I was hustling, and we'll get to McMiniman here in a second because we clearly aren't going to talk Lakers ourselves here. But while I was at the Laker game, Lindsay was saying how one of her buddies says I was hustling around the building.
He texted me and he was like, "Man, Sedano is hustling down there. I see him sprinting up and down the sidelines."
That's why you got to
And
wear
that
the
was
right
great.
sneakers, man.
Yeah.
I wore some Devin Bookers. They were very
Were
nice.
those the purple ones you were wearing?
They were pink.
Oh, pink. Those were sweet.
Yeah. But the so I'm running down one of the sidelines, and I get slapped on the ass.
Oh, really?
And I was like,
Jack Black? Jack Black smack you on the ass?
no, it was. Let's just say it was a Fox Sports executive.
Okay.
Who I know fairly well.
Okay.
And I looked and he just laughed, and I was like, all right, it was you.
Smacked you right on the tuchus, huh?
Right in the ass.
Really?
And he was laughing about it. It was funny.
Not Jack Black, though.
No. It would have been funnier if it was Jack Black.
Yeah, Jack Black. Did you guys see what he was wearing
But
in the game the
I'll
other day?
just tell you what, if you see me running around, you slap me on the ass, and you're not somebody I know, we're going to have a problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? You might throw hands.
Well, I don't know about throw hands, but I'll call those redcoats.
Oh,
Be
really?
like, that guy slapped me on the ass.
In your case, you're going to be like LeBron? You're going to kick fans out now?
Yeah.
Really?
Only if I know you can you slap me on the ass.
Well, just go smack the guy in the face with a microphone.
No, don't
Take
do that.
your microphone and smack him in the face.
Then that's how I get in trouble.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want
But
that
it was
to
funny. Like, when I turned around, I was like, what the? And then I was like, oh, it's you.
I will say this, Jack Black, I haven't seen this new movie. What's the movie called? The new one?
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
He was dressed as the Minecraft guy, yeah.
So is that what he was dressed as?
Chicken jockey!
You're kidding me. That's what he was dressed as?
Yeah, promoting the movie, duh.
No, I had no idea because I was like, a friend of mine told me he went to the movie, him and his wife and his 2 kids. And my friend was like, dude, Jack Black's amazing. He's absolutely incredible. And the wife and the 2 kids were like, movie sucked. Movie was so bad.
Well, but it's only kids love it because they play the video game.
I'm just telling you that the 2 kids told me how
so
bad it was.
popular.
Nah, I know. Dude, that movie is going nuts.
Well,
People are watching it left and right.
I'm sure he's great. I'm sure the movie's fine. It was just these kids, they didn't like it, whatever.
right.
But I didn't know that Jack Black
How old
was
were these kids?
13 and like 8 or something. Is that too young? I don't know. But anyway, when I saw Jack Black, what he was wearing to the game the other day, I was like, what's he wearing? But now you're telling me that that's like part of the
deal
costume in the movie? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, pretty smart. Pretty smart, Jack Black.
Yeah. It was, the place was packed, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrity Row was packed. Saw our boy Jay Moore very quickly.
Jay Moore is great.
All
my
right,
God.
let's bring on McMiniman. Now, I got to tell you a really nice story about McMiniman before we talk basketball. So the other day we were talking about, I was on vacation, and McMiniman and I were texting. I had just gotten back from Cabo, and he's like, "Oh, did you check out this? There's these great restaurants in Cabo that he was like, you check these out." And I said, it was so sweet because he doesn't realize when you're married and have 2 children
you don't go to
that
those
you don't do
restaurants.
those things
No.
anymore.
Right.
Basically, that your life is over,
Dave,
and
well,
that is not part of the itinerary at that point. But I said, when the wife and I go by ourselves, then we'll absolutely go to those places.
Curious, Dave, what are your recommendations? I'm curious.
I think the spots that I pointed out to George were El Fayerón, which is like a restaurant kind of on a cliff almost. You have the waves crash up against the side of the facade, and then Flora Farms.
Oh, Flora Farms is amazing.
Yeah.
One of the best pork chops I've ever had in my life.
Mm-hmm. Great place.
Yeah. So, Dave, I will definitely go when we go back, just me and my wife. But, when there's 2 children involved, you're basically at the mercy of 2 children.
Plus,
That's
you don't
how
want
that
to take
works.
your kids to like really
Oh, no, at a
expensive,
nice
fancy
restaurant? No.
restaurants. Forget
Although
about it.
Mateo would eat whatever I put in front
Of course
him.
he would.
That kid's a linebacker.
But the question is, would he have the great appreciation?
By the way, I've been to Flora Farms. I went there when I was in Cabo. My
Look
friend
at
was
you.
like, "Oh, you have to go to this place."
Yeah,
It was incredible.
It's one of those places that people tell you when you're down there, you got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's good.
Dave, what was the reaction today about what transpired on Saturday?
Well, it was somewhat surprising to hear as open as JJ Redick was with us, admitting that him and his coaching staff, with the benefit of hindsight, think that maybe they should have scrimmaged more in the week that they had off from the end of the regular season to the start of the playoffs. You don't, for someone as prideful as JJ is, I thought that was pretty forthcoming and interesting that to me it showed that he still has a ton of confidence in this group, because if he was worried about this thing continuing to go sideways, he wouldn't allow that information to be out there, because that is damning information if you want to take it that way as to how he's got his team ready. To me, he's like, okay, we course correct a little bit. We had an excellent practice today. He said it was their best practice they had in months. And, of course, anyone who watched Saturday knows that the Lakers have plenty of things they got to do better. But JJ, he thinks that they will do those things better. And we talked to Austin Reeves and Dorian Finney-Smith, and they projected the same type of confidence.
Dave, they had a lot of time between when the regular season ended and when the playoffs began. And if they weren't getting physical and scrimmaging in the week that they had off, what could they possibly do today to get them more ready for what Minnesota brings physically to tomorrow night?
It sounds like, according to JJ, they had a extended period of a live scrimmage during their practice session today. With a lot of times this time of year, you're not trying to do that. You're saving your legs for the real thing. But the Lakers have had a bit of a benefit. The scheduling of this first round series, they have 2 days between games 1 and 2, 2 days between games 2 and 3, and I think 2 days between game 4 and 5. So, JJ said, okay, fine. We gave Sunday off. We only did film. But Monday we're going to get out there and in practice. And listen, I covered Tyronn Lue when he was the coach of the Cavs, and part of his approach when the Cavs had those runs to the 4 straight finals was trying to not go too hard in these practices that you have in the middle of the playoffs because he didn't want his own guys to hurt one another. And he learned that from Stan Van Gundy being his coach with the Magic. Well, guess whose coach J.J. Redick had when he came into the league? Stan Van Gundy with the Magic. So I imagine he took the page out of his coach's book, and guess what? Stan Van Gundy coached the Magic to a finals appearance. So it's not like that was a terrible philosophy. Just in this case, JJ thought that maybe he should have went with the scrimmage, and so they did it today.
Dave, I felt like going into the series, and this may have been an oversimplistic view, and it may still be, is that the key to the series is Rudy Gobert. If the Lakers can play him off the floor, as teams have done in the past, then and he's been better at staying on the floor in recent history. But even in recent history, there are teams that have nullified him. The Lakers would have a fairly easy chance of winning those types of games. If they don't and they allow him to stick around, then the size, the length, the girth that Minnesota has then becomes a problem. Is that an oversimplification?
I think it's bears mentioning because the guy's 7'1" is a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. I think it was more than that. To me, it was you're targeting the wrong role players to get open shots. The numbers show that the Lakers gave up 9 corner threes to the Wolves. It's the second most corner threes ever hit in the playoff game since player tracking began. And on all those corner three attempts by Minnesota, they had an average of almost 9 feet between them and the closest Lakers defender. So that, to me, says it was schematic. J.J. Redick, he was asked about the corner threes by Mike Trudell today. And J.J.'s answer to Mike was that, nope, we reviewed the tape. We looked at every three. It wasn't because of that they were hitting them. I don't know. The numbers say one thing. But that, to me, of course, size and physicality was part of the equation. But, if Minnesota doesn't hit 21 threes, we're having a different conversation today. And listen, Lakers fans should know this. When did the Lakers look as good as they have all season? In OKC, when they hit 21 threes. If you hit 20 threes, you're going to win the game. That's just what it is.
Dave, back up for 1 second, though. If the numbers said that the Timberwolves got off all these corner threes and they were so successful shooting them and they had all this space to shoot them, and JJ says, no, it's not a schematic thing, did he happen to say what he thought it was?
No, he just said we looked at every single three that the Wolves hit. Here's the quote. Yeah, again, we went back and looked at every three-pointer they made. That wasn't why they made three-pointers. I think Mike's question was, were you trying to show a crowd to Anthony Edwards on his driving opportunities, and because of that, did you not have a defender attached to the corner? And then that was his answer.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
All right. Well, do you have another Lakers question? Because I was going to go start moving around and jumping around with him a little bit.
Hey, real quick, Dave. I was telling George this earlier. Brian Windhorst was in here last Wednesday, and he gave us what I thought was an interesting exercise to try and handicap a series. So I'll put you through it. You ready? It goes like this. Who's the best player on both teams between Minnesota and the Lakers? Who's the number one best player in the entire series?
Luka Doncic.
Okay. Number 2 would be?
LeBron James.
Okay. 3?
Anthony Edwards.
4?
That was tough. I think there's it gets pretty flat there. But let's say, for argument's sake, Jaden McDaniels.
Okay.
Oh, really? I went Julius Randle, but go ahead.
Okay, how about 5? Who's the 5th best player?
Julius Randle or Austin Reeves.
Okay. It's interesting because what Wendy's point was is that when you handicap a series like this, if your team has 3 of the best 5 players in the series, that's the team who's most likely to win. That was really great because you got to 5.
We kind of did the same thing where I said at 5, I had Gobert or Austin, but your point is taken, is that we kind of landed on the same spot, is that you can't really figure out who has the 3 best guys of the 5.
Although my point was last week, Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves. So the Lakers have 3 of the best 5. But after game 1, I'm kind of doing a little reevaluation.
Well, game 1, the Lakers had one of the best 5 performers.
Yeah.
It was Luka, and then you have McDaniels, Naz Reid, Julius Randle, and Anthony Edwards. So obviously that's not going to swing the Lakers' favor. Hey, listen, Brian, he's my guy, and I know Cappy, I know you guys love your little hockey. You like your little ice hockey hangout. But Brian's a lot smarter than that. That's way too simplistic.
Well, think about who he was talking to. He was making it simple.
Okay, he's doing it for Cappy.
Yeah. There you go.
Right.
Okay,
you got to understand the audience.
Right. And by the way, we do love our little hockey hangout. And if he were here tonight, I'd be taking him to the Kings playoff game tonight.
There you go.
Cappy, we just had Al Michaels on, and Al Michaels is a Kings season ticket holder. Cappy's going to go. He's going to go find Al tonight after this conversation we had.
I
with
love
him.
that. That's fantastic.
Dave, what are you doing tonight? You want to go to the Kings game?
No, I gotta watch the NBA. I'll be home on my couch watching the NBA.
I'm with you. By the way, Captain Thunder looking pretty good the other day.
I get the play-in team. Okay,
I get it. I'm just saying, 50 points. It's like the third highest blowout in playoff history. I mean, it's just like,
boring. It was terrible TV.
This is gonna make them fat and happy and ripe for a second round upset.
I will say this: I was ecstatic because there was a possibility I ended up in OKC, and I was like, they were like, "No, we'll let you go back home." Even though it's you got to travel morning up. I'm like, perfect, that's great. Because even though the Lakers game wasn't the greatest game ever, my God, having to have done that. I told Dave Pasch and Tim Legler afterwards. I said, you guys deserve an award just because you had to endure that game.
That's right. Yeah. They're emptying all their notebook in game one on that one.
Yeah. So, by the way, for those who are driving right now, Detroit leading New York 58-47 with 3:39 to go. And, Cade Cunningham and the guys look much better in this game after getting shell-shocked in that fourth quarter the other day. But, see, I think Detroit wins tonight, and I have the Clippers winning tonight. Hell, the Clippers should have won game one, Dave.
Oh, I'm totally with you there. 15-point lead. We all know the theatrics of that Russell Westbrook brought to the equation, but he had more good than bad. And, listen, I think if you're the Clippers, though, you're still very confident coming off that game. You recognize that Kawhi Leonard had 7 turnovers. That's an aberration. James Harden was able to get wherever he wanted to go on the court against that Nuggets defense. I think they're in a pretty good position. Obviously, you don't want to fall to 0-2, so you got to get game 2. But I think they're gonna even this thing up coming back to LA.
Dave, any opinion or thought as to why so many of these game ones were not competitive? I mean, the Pacers annihilated the Bucks.
That one was kind of surprising.
Yeah.
Especially the way it played
obviously
out.
We're talking about the Timberwolves, the way they beat up on the Lakers. George mentioned Oklahoma City. I mean, just of the games from the weekend, there were a lot of games where we as fans just turned them off because they were over early.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. There's 8 games. I would say it was ugly, but it was a good game. It was Golden State, Houston. Obviously, Clippers, Denver was a classic, and Knicks, Pistons was pretty good. But you're right. I don't know if we're enough to be a trend, but certainly not the best, first couple days of NBA playoff basketball. I think the NCAA tournament kind of went that way this year too. Ended up being a pretty damn good tournament. Just sometimes the early games you're not quite ready for it, but then as teams dig in and start to feel that desperation, you start to see better basketball.
There you go.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I agree with him wholeheartedly. The further we get, that's absolutely going to be the case. I just don't know how competitive some of these first round series are. I do think Clippers and Nuggets will probably go 6 or 7. Now I think this Lakers-Minnesota series is definitely going 6 and maybe 7. It seems more likely, to be honest with you. I'm trying to think what other series, Dave. I'd love to see the Pistons push the Knicks. I think it's possible.
Yeah, I think that's possible. I went into it picking the Knicks. I think it's 6. So we'll see if they hold on tonight. Certainly that would be possible. It goes that deep. I don't think the Bucks are going to win that series, but I thought it'd go long. I picked Pacers in 7. So they got to play better. I mean, Kyle Kuzma statistically played the worst game of his career.
Awful.
Laker fans know he can play better than that.
But can he, Dave? Did he? I mean, he hasn't played winning basketball in a long time.
Can he not play better than?
Well, obviously better than that game, but I don't think he. Right, but I don't think he's played well in Milwaukee. Is kind of my ultimate point. You know what I mean? I don't think he's been very good for them, and I think he's just built a lot of terrible habits.
I'm not saying he's going to make the Brian Windhorst's top 5 list of best players in the series, but he can register a 10-5 game.
God, he's so bad lately.
Hey, Dave, while I got you here, so we were talking obviously last week about Nico Harrison and Dallas and, this kind of closed session with media, no cameras, no microphones. Well, today.
Not closed today.
Yeah, he had a press conference today. And the one headline, at least on ESPN.com, which I think is interesting, here it is. Nico Harrison admits he didn't know how important Luka was to the Mavs fan base.
I mean, him and the owner both, at least according to reporting, that the owner was surprised at the reaction of the fan base. I'm like, really?
I mean, you talk about not having the finger on the pulse of your freaking fan base, bro.
My God.
Really? What'd you think about that, Dave?
That was kind of a drop jaw type of moment when I saw that clip when I was at the Lakers facility getting ready to talk to guys at practice today. The other one, I've done this job for a long time. I don't recall a time where a journalist asked a front office executive, "Why don't you deserve to be fired?" Like, that was
it's pretty brazen, I would say. Yeah.
And I like the way he asked it. It's not like, do you deserve to be fired? It's, why don't you deserve to be fired? It's a great job of wordsmithing it.
Yeah, I mean, that is, I thought we have a justice system in this country where you don't have to self-incriminate. But, man, that was pretty brutal. And listen, quite frankly, because, listen, it's one thing to position yourself, and I actually thought he started off the press conference pretty well by crediting the work of all the staffers, recognizing it was a really brutal year to go through, crediting the coaching staff and the players to get through it. But then to kind of pivot from what seemed to be a pretty solid PR strategy to now sounding like you didn't know what you're talking about is insane. Like I've never lived in Dallas ever in my life. The most time I ever spent there was last year during the NBA Finals in a consecutive span. And I walked away from the finals last year in June saying, wow, like Luka is the mayor of Dallas.
Yeah.
I knew what it meant.
Yeah.
Nico's been living there for years. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. It is wild. I mean, it's one thing to trade the 25-year-old prodigy. It's another thing to do it off a finals appearance and then say that you think that you're trying to upgrade your championship window. I don't know. It just seems weird.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, before you go, did you see Jack Black at the game on Saturday?
I did. I freaking love Jack Black, and I was hoping I would have my path would cross with him. I didn't get to actually interact with him, but I saw him. He's the man.
Did you see what he was wearing?
Yeah, I mean, tie-dye, yeah. Tie-dye T-shirt, short set.
Right, but did you get what he was wearing?
No, he was wearing like a Minecraft thing for the movie, but
See, I didn't get it either.
Was it?
Yeah, it's what it was based on what he was wearing in the movie.
I had no idea.
It was him starting 420 early.
I mean, honestly, it could have been either, to be honest, or both.
Yeah, because I had no idea about the Minecraft thing. I don't know. I don't know what Minecraft really is, other than
it's
a
movie.
video
game.
Yeah, but I was like, what the hell is he wearing?
Yeah,
But
I mean, he can wear whatever he wants. I was reading up on the box office, how movies are doing. This
my God!
Obviously, Sinners is doing quite well. Minecraft's made over $700 million worldwide already.
Yeah, they said it's going to make $1 billion. So I think he
my,
can wear what he
my
wants.
daughter plays the game, or she plays it not as regular as she used to, but she plays the game. So and now my son plays it. Yeah.
George, are there in-game purchases there? Is your credit card getting just?
No.
Okay,
there, my wife handles all that. There is always a conversation when those things pop up, and my wife 99.99999% of the time says no, you cannot.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So that's how that works.
All right, Dave.
Well, Dave, always a pleasure, brother. Thank you for stopping by, and we will talk to you, I'm sure, plenty here over the next couple weeks.
All right, go Kings, go! Enjoy the game, Cappy.
There you go. See ya.
Dave.
There he is. The great
Go
Dave
Kings, go.
There you go. All right, Cappy, we got to go to break. That's our 30 minutes nonstop there, commercial free. So what are we going to do on the other side? Oh, we got Big Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, plus I got Prize Picks I want to tell everybody about.
Let's talk about Prize Picks. Right. Listen, if you want action in the state of California, I mean, this is the place to go. You go to Prize Picks, download the Prize Picks app, use the promo code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. First $5 play gets you a $50 bonus, and it's very simple. It's more or less. There's a stat line for each individual player in every sport imaginable, and you go more or less on that stat line. You bundle a couple together, bam, you got money.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Are you broadcasting the NBA Finals?
I am.
Okay. So you're going to be there.
Correct.
And you're going to have a really great spot because you're going to be the sideline reporter and you're going to be in the action.
Yes.
Okay. Who else who listens to Sedano and Cap would like to go to the NBA Finals? And let me make it even better for you.
Yeah.
You ready? VIP tickets, courtside.
Wow.
Hotel accommodations.
Wow.
Airfare.
Wow.
Should it not be in LA?
Yeah.
Who would like to go to the championship?
I mean, everybody.
Wouldn't everybody?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Right now on Prize Picks, when you open up the app, you're going to see the Takes Two tickets promotion.
It takes two.
Win a VIP trip to the ship. Now, here's how you play. Every $5 3-pick NBA flex lineup that you make now through the conference finals counts as an entry to win courtside tickets to the NBA's ship for you and a +1. By the way, it's a max of 5 entries per day. That's it. 5 entries per day. So when you open up the Prize Picks app, take a look because all you have to do is make these little $5 plays and you are entered to try and win. Now, George, last thing. Tonight, you want to hear what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You want to hear about my picks tonight?
Go ahead.
Tell me what you think about this. I got Jokic tonight for more.
Yes, more on Jokic every time.
Than 10.5 assists.
Always.
It's a demon play, which means I'm going to have more money.
Yeah.
James Harden tonight, more than 24.5 points.
More.
That's also a demon play. And I've got Xander Bogaerts, because this guy cannot get an RBI to save his life.
Yeah.
I've got him for more than half of an RBI, hoping that the guy will finally get one. All 3 demon plays.
One of the 37 shortstops the Padres have.
Right.
Yeah.
$20 to win 160.
Wow.
$20. It's a 3-pick flex play. $20 to win 160. So download the Prize Picks app. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make that $5 play. Get that $50 bonus. And enter to try and win that VIP trip to the ship.
Prize Picks. Run your game.
It's the Travis and Demarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
What's the worst old man thing that you've had happen to you? Have either of you ever fallen down the stairs?
No. You pulled a Donna Martin?
I thank goodness
Oh my God.
there were only 2 steps left.
Oh.
Or I would have been all the way down. But
Onto the
yeah,
floor.
I've fallen down the stairs.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back tomorrow after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, and I quote, "Inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them." End quote. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Just as every point matters, every detail counts in our meticulously crafted vehicles. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Welcome to Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the 3rd year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom. 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installations with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
The Stanley Cup playoffs are here, and for the fourth consecutive season, the Los Angeles Kings meet the Edmonton Oilers in round one. Long shot, tipped wide, loose puck, they score! Warren Foegele back in Alberta. He gives the Kings a 1-0 lead less than 3 minutes into the game. And Foegele hands it to Moore. Centering pass, Gavrikov shoots and scores! Here they come in a 2-on-1. Kopitar to the right circle, a shot, they score! Kempe on the 2-on-1 with Kopitar. And nearing the midway point of the third, it is 5-0 LA. Final few seconds tick off the clock. And here in Edmonton tonight, the Kings clinch home ice in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs with a commanding 5-0 win over their first round opponents, the Edmonton Oilers.
It's the Kings and the Oilers in Game 1. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon drive.
Take a look at me.
I feel like your fat is less visceral.
Oh, really?
The LA Afternoon Takeover rolls on right now.
Time for Big Deal or No Deal here on Sedano and Kap. Sedano went to get a little agua fria, by the way. A little agua fria. Hey, if you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Proud sponsors of Radio Tinder, but since we do it, they're proud sponsors of Big Deal or No Deal today.
And by the way, I am talking with Esteban Hernandez about some flooring that I desperately need.
Right now?
Ahora. See.
You got the text going?
Got it going back
Keep
and forth.
us posted, Cap.
I will.
I want to see like photos and stuff.
Well, let's see how it goes.
Okay.
I mean,
All
first
right.
I got to clear it through the boss. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I know.
So the crazy Hernandez brothers are going to have to do something crazy.
Super crazy.
Exactly.
All right, so we'll do one really quick here. So I know that you just asked Dave McMenamin about what Nico Harrison said in his first public press conference since the trade just a few days after the team was eliminated in the play-in tournament by the Grizzlies on Friday. So among the ridiculous things that he said was the line about what Luka meant to the fans. So I'm just going to play this clip here for you real quick.
Did know that Luka was important to the fan base. I didn't quite know it to what level, but really the way we looked at it is, you know, if you're putting a team on the floor that's Kyrie, Clay, PJ, Anthony Davis, and Lively, we feel that's a championship caliber team, and we would have been winning at a high level, and that would have quieted some of the outrage.
So obviously a big deal to the part when he said about Luka. I don't know if I'm buying that or not, but I wanted to ask you guys if you agree that a healthy post-Luka trade Mavs team is a potential championship team.
Yes, I do believe
Okay.
it is a potential contender.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree, by the way. I think that what he was saying about, you know, Kyrie and Clay and you know, Anthony Davis, I mean, I think that we didn't get to see who the Mavs thought they were going to be. And so,
By the way, Nico may not see who he thought the Mavs were going to be.
you know,
I mean, there's a real possibility he could get let go.
Well,
I don't rule that out.
I would say this.
And I'm not saying that like I know it, but
No,
I'm just saying it's
but-
possible.
But if you're the ownership, you either fire him because that would be a popular move in town.
And by the way, it's already out there. Like the ownership's people are putting out there to our people about like they were surprised that of the backlash from Luka that should have been something Nico took into consideration, the way the fans have reacted. So they're trying to distance themselves from him already based on that, which I think is kind of a weak move because they clearly signed off on it.
Well, I would say that if that's the case, what you're saying, that actually bodes well for him, in my opinion, because the ownership knows that Nico did not by himself unilaterally make this decision. He doesn't probably have the power or the authority to do it, and I don't believe that he's the one who came up with this whole concept in the first place.
Oh, I believe he. Let's just say this: there was a lot of chatter about Luka's professionalism and the weight and all this that and a lot of that stemmed from the front office.
Okay, let me just say this then.
Yeah.
So there's two schools of thought here.
But the owner had to know, like the owner to sit here and say, oh, we didn't expect the fans to go this nuts because we traded the 25-year-old prodigy. It's like, bro, you've been in business for a long time. Like, you think that's, like you didn't know that would be the reaction? What's wrong with you?
You keep Nico Harrison because he proved to you as an owner he will take the bullets on your behalf.
Right.
He will cover you. He will cover you politically, which he did. On the flip side, a.k.a. DeAndre.
The Flismo flop.
Oh, no, Flismo flop.
I knew you were going to do that.
What you do is you fire the guy because what that does is that gives the fan base something they wanted. They have a public shaming. They have somebody that they can blame. And then the ownership can say, well, you see, we didn't really want to get rid of Luka, but he convinced us to do it. He didn't even know what Luka meant to the community, even though we raised him since he was 19 years old and he took us to a finals last year. That, in and of itself, George, you ready for this?
Yeah.
It's freaking malpractice. So then you can fire him, and all the businesses in town that are like, we don't want to even talk to you guys anymore because you traded away our favorite player. If you fire him, you can probably get the fans and the business community back on your side. But if you keep him, to me, keeping him says, we like him because he covers for us because we made a really bad decision. We, not he.
Yeah. First off, they hired him.
That's true.
They did.
They did hire him, indeed. They did.
All right.
By the way, Tim McMahon had a great deep dive on this whole situation with Luka.
Yeah, I read it. Yeah.
Nico Harrison. Very good on ESPN.
I have not read it yet. And
I mean, I had
saw
already
it.
gotten like the firsthand account before it went to print, but I read it anyway just in case.
You're so cool.
He got the
How come I didn't
inside.
get the first?
The inside
I
scoop.
happened to run into him.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Because, it was interesting talking to Tim McMahon.
He's in the league.
It's not like I called him. I just happened to see him.
Well, I'm going to call him because...
Okay.
Or you could just read it on the...
Well, maybe I could just read it. How long is it? How many words is it? Do you have any idea?
It's pretty long.
Is it more than 3,000? Because Ramona's like, dude, 3,000 is going to be a long read. You're never going to get through that.
You probably won't get through it, but,
Well, I got to decide
I don't think it was
tonight.
that long.
I want to either read his column, or I may read his column and I may watch this press conference.
Why don't you do the thing where the Siri reads it to you?
Oh, it's
never done
definitely more than 3,000. I'm looking at it
Oh,
now.
I've never done that. I've never
Yeah.
done that.
Your phone can read it to you.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, yes, I did know that, but I don't really love the voice.
Oh, then change the voice.
Hey, you can make it any voice.
I don't know how to do that.
Make it your own voice.
I can make it me?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
I
you
can read
can.
it to myself?
You can.
I'm fairly certain you can, yeah.
I don't know how to do that, but if I can, that's...
Could you imagine
That
if you
sounds
then get
better.
annoyed by your own voice?
Right. How about
I get annoyed by
Shut
my
this
own
freaking
voice.
guy up.
And then you're like, now we know how the rest of us
Right.
feel.
Shut this freaking guy up. Well, yeah, I would like to read that. I saw it pop up on the homepage of ESPN.com. I was like, I need to read that. I like that guy, Tim McMahon. He's all right.
Howdy,
okay.
partners. Yeah. All right, that's big deal, no deal, Cappy. Let's talk about our friends at LAX, where changes are arriving daily, man, to reduce traffic, save travelers time, transform the traveler experience. You know how that's going to happen? The People Mover train, baby. They are rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investment into improving your travel journey. As I mentioned, the new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals. The new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses. So that way, by the way, you don't even need a car to get to LAX. You could just take the metro right to the Century Station. The People Mover train will pick you up right there. And also, by the way, not only will it connect you to the terminals, the rental car center, which will be new, the metro train and buses, the economy parking, and the Kiss and Fly lot, Cappy. Kiss and Fly. All in 10 minutes or less, and they depart every 2 minutes. when they open in early 2026. Yeah, we're about a year away from that People Mover train. It's going to make life so much easier. The bowl will be less congested. Oh, it's going to be awesome. You want more information? Go to this website, lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
In the world. 710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary. It's Morongo's 20th anniversary.
Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Get a free 20th anniversary beer stein when you order a draft beer at any of our signature bars.
Number 2.
Big League gift giveaway. Get a large rubberized tote bag when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. The 29th.
And the number 1 reason.
We've got live music all weekend to celebrate our 20th anniversary.
Morongo, good times.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going, and going, and going. Yes!
Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Final segment of the program. Want to thank Al Michaels, the legend, for stopping by. Also another legend in Dave McMiniman.
I mean, legendary McMiniman on his way. Not exactly Al Michaels, but he's getting there.
He's getting there. He's climbing those charts, that McMiniman. Mm-hmm. We got our final segment. Real Deal Dealer's Choice, Jack.
I will say that I think it was Robert in our circle of trust today who said that the profile of the broadcast just sounds that much bigger time when Al Michaels hits the airwaves. Yeah, it was awesome. It was great to have Al on today, and hopefully we'll see him tonight at the Kings game.
Maybe you'll run into him. Hey, Cappy, real quick, before we get to your dealer's choice, I watched the Jeannie Buss Netflix show with Kate Hudson. I finished it a long time ago.
Oh, I'm not done with it. I'm not done. I've taken a break.
I finished it. I was basically through 9 episodes right before I left to Cabo, and then I watched the one last episode.
Okay. How'd you like it?
That was fine.
I thought it was cute.
That's right.
I think the character...
Cute is a good way to describe it.
Yeah, it's not like... Listen, it's not like a series where, like White Lotus, for example, where everybody in the country is watching this one series and people are having parties on Sunday night and the finale comes and everybody's all jacked about it. And then what happens the next day is the whole world is discussing it. And anybody who hasn't seen the finale of White Lotus this year, I don't know how you don't know what's going on, because like my Instagram is just jam-packed. You're not seeing that.
I don't even watch the show.
Yeah. So I think, what's the name of the series that we're talking about?
Running Point.
Running Point. I thought it was very cute.
It was cute.
You know, I think the Jeannie character, and then I suspect it's the Linda Rambis character.
Yeah, the Asian girl, yeah.
And then the GM, like the kind of dopey brother, you know, who's the because I'm sure Jeannie's brothers are like, wait, I'm the dopey GM and he's the gay chief financial officer. Like, who's who here?
Yeah.
You know, and the coach is like this good-looking, sexy guy, you know, and the team's got a bunch of prima donnas. All in all, it was never going to be impactful.
It was an easy watch.
But it was cute. It's a cute sitcom.
I'm surprised you didn't finish it yet.
Well,
as usual, I start something you recommend, then it's over.
Yeah.
By the way,
yeah,
where was I on the road the other day that someone mentioned?
I've been to like 10 cities in 2 weeks.
Reacher.
Somebody brought up Reacher, and I started howling with laughter about who this I don't remember who was this person that wanted to watch Reacher. Might have been somebody like who was in the maybe a coach. I don't know. But anyway, somebody was watching Reacher.
It goes to show you, Reacher's awesome. It goes to show you should have been watching Reacher, man.
I'm good.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Reacher, the one thing I'll say about Reacher is if I were you, I would probably start at the beginning.
I want to watch Mob. Is it Mobland?
Yeah.
With
But
Pierce Brosnan.
There's only one episode out. I was like,
Tom
I'm gonna
Hart.
wait till there's like 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tom
That looks
Hardy,
good.
not Tom Hart. Tom Hart is a broadcaster.
Yeah.
Tom
I don't know who Tom Hart or
and
Tom
Helen
Hardy
Mirren.
is.
Helen Mirren is on the show.
You
It
know
looks
who
great.
Tom Hardy is?
Yeah.
Tom Hart?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
No, who's he?
You know who
He's
he
Bane.
is, Cap.
In what?
You don't watch any of this.
Bane in what?
Oh,
What's
man.
Bane? Bane is what? What is that, like some kind of one of those?
He's one of the bad guys in the last Batman movie.
No.
Well, the Nolan Batman movies.
No.
Not the last one, because the last one is
I know.
not
Look
that
at
anymore.
DeAndre's face. He's like, wait, you don't watch all these movies?
Tom Hardy's pretty, like...
He's pretty,
He's just like an accomplished actor.
I know, but I don't know who he is, and I don't know his work. But
You would know his work.
wait a second. What's the guy's name?
He was in Mad Max. The new Mad Max movies.
Venom.
Nope. Tom what? What's his name?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
He's British.
Hardy. Let me take a look at this guy. No. He kind of looks familiar. He kind of looks like, what's
He was
the guy's
in Reacher,
name?
You would have known him.
Oh, for sure. What's the guy's name?
He'd kick Reacher's ass.
Oh, no.
He
Reacher
would.
will
He
kill
would.
this guy.
No, Tom
Reacher
Hardy
will-
would kick
Reacher
Reacher's
will
ass.
annihilate this dude.
No. In real life, Tom Hardy would kick Reacher's ass.
No. In real life, the guy who plays Reacher will annihilate this dude.
No.
He's like a discount, like Tom Hardy. The
He
guy
was
who
in
plays
like
Reacher.
Black Hawk Down. I think that was one of his first movies.
Okay, I know Black Hawk Down.
That was like one of his first roles.
Okay, I liked Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, he was also in Inception, right? With
Ooh,
Leo.
that's a good movie.
Yeah, he was in Inception with Leo.
Okay, I've seen Inception.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a really long time, but I've seen it.
Obviously, he was Bane in Batman.
Okay.
The Dark Knight Rises.
Just going to tell you this right now. The guy who plays Reacher.
merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
It's a good one.
I don't know.
like that.
I don't really get the reference, but it was funny the way you grabbed the mic and the whole thing.
You've never even heard that reference?
No, nothing.
Oh my god.
What? This guy, bro.
What movie was that from?
The Dark Knight Rises.
I don't watch The Dark Knight Rises.
Cappy, you have homework. Watch the Christopher Nolan Batmans. Batman Begins. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger.
Okay.
You never saw that one?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
The guy died.
In Batman?
No, in real life, he passed away after making the movie.
R.I.P.
Heath Ledger.
Okay.
And then
How do you not know
Dark
this?
Knight
No,
Rises.
I knew that he died.
Even I knew that,
okay.
man.
Yeah, I knew that he died. Wait, so you want me to watch about 6 or so hours of Batman movies?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
not watching 6 hours of Reacher.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No,
It's a fair trade.
But those
It
3
is, right?
Batman movies are iconic.
Well, you know what? I'm old school. I like the old Batman.
Adam West,
Right.
in his purple tights.
Right. Yes. Right. And I feel like I've seen a little bit of Batman, which was the one where Danny DeVito played the Penguin.
Oh my God, that's like 40 years ago.
Oh, really? Really? Is it that long ago?
It was like 35 years ago.
Come
now.
on, get out
I
of here.
That was
swear
like
to
a Val
God.
Kilmer. Was it
that
Val
Michael
Kilmer?
Keaton? Or
Michael
Keaton? Michael
That was
Keaton?
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton is Batman?
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer was Catwoman, bro.
I love Michelle Pfeiffer.
Right, that was
She's
30,
great in
30
Scarface.
35 years ago.
She's great in Hollywood Nights.
Anyway,
You know?
all right, what's your deal? Real
There's no
deal,
time.
dealer's
Here's
choice.
what I'm gonna-
Quickly,
but
go.
I'm gonna-
Tell
I'm
him.
gonna you ready? Here
Yeah,
goes.
Yeah,
What's that guy's name you just mentioned? Tom Hardy?
yeah,
Alan Ritchson. Ritchson.
yeah.
Ritchson. Alan Ritchson plays Reacher. He will destroy your guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like 6'5", 3 bills. He looks like Arnold when he's like truly Mr. Universe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, we don't have a lot of time left, but I'm just telling you right now, my guy Alan Ritchson, he'll kill your guy.
All right, tell us about Real Deal Dealer's Choice.
You want me to do that?
Yeah, do that.
All right, here it goes. Hey, listen, if you would like to sell your home, before you call an agent, call Seller's Advantage. They will make an as-is competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer, or visit sellersadvantage.com. And like everybody else has said today, go Kings, go!
Yeah, go Kings, go. Trojans Live is up next. You're listening to KSPN Los Angeles.
Go Kings, go.
Great job. Christopher, The Circle, DeAndre, Lindsey, Graham, everybody, Al Michaels, and Dave